Okay, so welcome to episode 138 of A Toy Kind of Mood. Episode 140. Shit. We've hit 40 already. All right.
You just did it, Bobby.
Does that count?
No, it shouldn't count. All right. So,
okay.
Episode 140 of A Toy Kind of Mood is clearance waiting a Doomsday for toy lines. I am hosting tonight. With me is, Trav Moody. We've got Dave Speck and special guest / special friend of the show, Tony, a.k.a. at Tony's Figs. What's up, y'all?
What up?
I am really happy right now because back to the ALCS. This is perfect. Love this. I want to say something else, but I want to make sure we get...
Don't curse.
Yeah, exactly. No cursing, Tony. No cursing. All right, so we have a jam-packed episode for y'all tonight. Moody, you want to take care of the comments? Because we have a lot of nice people popping in to say hi to us because we've got news. We've got plunder, which we haven't done in a long time. And we've got some legit questions to ask our fans because we are doing something that you could be seen as helpful for us, not helpful to other people. We'll get into that. All right. First off, Trav, you're watching hockey. Don't know why. It's a boring as heck sport. I'm sorry. It's worse than it's
compared to baseball.
Yeah, I can watch baseball. But I cannot watch hockey. I can watch soccer, kinda. But and look, I understand hockey. They're on blades. You have knives attached to your feet. I get that. But still, it's like
there's something always happening in hockey and baseball. You're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs
until there's a home run. You're like, I was eating popcorn. What just happened? Oh, a guy hit it over the fence. Oh, okay, cool. Clap.
Unless you're there and you got to watch your ass.
Yeah. Let's address this right away, Bobby. Romo is very special. That's for sure. He's a very special guy. But I don't know if he's a guest anymore. He's pretty much been a Toy Kind of Mood for a while. But yeah, that's fine. He is a Toy Kind of. He is a part of a Toy Kind of Mood. He's not that special. He's part of us now. He's not.
I was giving him specialness, but no.
I'm still not a part of the cool gang. Damn.
I became a regular before Romo did.
Exactly. Jeez. Thanks, Bobby. I got your number, bro.
Right here, Romo. Heart. Okay, so let's jump into this with some news. Our emails have been getting dinged with buzzer. Moody, you want to jump on this one, man?
Sure, yeah. This was a pleasant surprise. We had been given a warning that this would process, and many of us we're probably expecting them to say, "Oh, sorry, there was an error or something." Like, how is this? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think this figure is supposed to come out, as you could see in the bottom right corner, December, and it says that on all the sites. So yeah, 2 months ahead, I went and I didn't even know you could edit your shipping because I always do pile of loot. But yeah, I don't want to wait till December for this guy if he's just sitting in my pile of loot. So paid for that FedEx shipping, and hopefully I'll get it by next week. So looking forward to getting my first ever G.I. Joe figure that I had as a kid, his classified version in hand. So real pumped up about that, man.
Yeah, and we'll get into this later, but it's something that we've always discussed, and I'll get Tony's thoughts on buzzer coming soon. But the fact that when we pre-order it. No, it might just be me. So I'll throw this to Tony then Spec. But when you pre-order, are you hoping that it honors a pre-order? Or are you hoping you get it earlier? Tony, what about you, bud?
Oh man, yeah. I was expecting. I mean, I haven't even got Snow Serpent yet, or a bunch of other ones yet. And we just got this guy announced and everything, and he's coming out, and all of a sudden, I'm getting hit with these, emails. Hey, he's ready to charge your card. Just want to make sure your address is right and all that. I'm like, okay, wow, buzzer already? Okay, now I'm like, where's Rip? Where's the rest of them? Let's go. You know what I mean? I'm ready. I'm like, let's go. It's awesome. And then right away today, another one it shipped. And I'm like, hell yeah, it's on with the Dreadnoks. Bring them, buddy. So I'm shit ass happy.
Well, let's be real here. You know, it's Lenny going, push it to the front of the line. Push it at the front of the line. Get it out there. Get it out there. I want one.
Probably.
Spec, when you because we all pre-order, we all are pre-ordering. Do you like it when it's like if it says December? Are you going, okay, I want it in December? Or are you like, hey, I want it as soon as possible?
As soon as possible for me.
Okay.
But I will say, and it's be careful what you wish for. You know, all these people for the past 3 years were complaining that the Joes weren't coming out fast enough. And now they're just hitting us left and right. And I'll take what I can get, and I'm happy to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I wouldn't be sad if it slowed down just a hair.
No, that's
the
fair.
same way.
That's fair.
I like this comment too.
Yeah, that is true. That's very true.
Woody Harrelson, yeah.
Well, no, it's just because like when I pre-order, I'm like, all right, I'm kind of future projecting, and then it's like, oh, here it is early. Like, wait, I wasn't ready. Like that pre-order just came in, and that pre-order, I'm not ready. Fine, let's go. Because I looked like Moody earlier. I had like 3 boxes waiting for me. I'm like, and I found like 4 at like Ross and Ollie's, but I mean, good Lord.
Right away. Comments are wild, yo. These comments are wild.
Comments are great.
Yeah, he found Ripper at Ollie's for $3. He sounds like Figure God, who's been putting the Ollie sticker on all his toys.
AJ lies.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson is Dreadnought. Yeah, maybe that's why I liked him as a kid, because I liked the movie White Dreadnoughts Can't Jump.
That's fantastic. All right, so
KJ, I just found Dreadnought Ryan at Ollie's. Yeah, he was there buying shower curtains. All right.
Look, do y'all have Ollie's out in LA?
Nope.
No, the closest one is Amarillo, Texas.
Is
the
it
closest one to LA?
Okay, so that's amazing. There are 2 here in Houston. What sucks though is they're like both like there's 3. There's 3 and they're all like 45 minutes away. I'm like, which is basically just the other side of Houston. So like,
yeah, and at that point, Bobby, if you go there, you're just spending gas hoping you find something for $5. So you just spent $5 or $10 in gas. Might as well pay the Target. Or
I'm gonna get something. Yeah. And look, I use basically right now my job is I drive people around, and sometimes I'm in that area, and I'll pop in. Like, look, okay, this is Ross. We're getting $6 at Ross, which this is insane.
I wish I could find more stalkers at Ross. I gotta keep looking.
I found 4 so far.
Dude, that's awesome. That's excellent fodder for me.
Yep. So I was gonna keep all 4. One of my buddies wanted one, so I'll give him one. And then I got 2 sets of the twins. A set that I'm gonna open just for custom whatever, and then a set that I'm going to, hopefully they can't hear me, I'm gonna print out photographs of my kids in their Halloween costume, if you guys remember when I shared those photos.
Yeah,
nice.
And then I'm gonna put them in a collector box with an open fig and give them each the corresponding character that they were.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Moody, I'm pretty attuned to what you buy, and you buy so much. Have you been making any Ross hunts?
I did not. No.
Are you planning though? Are you planning on doing a Ross hunt?
I do, because I think we have there's a slide of a figure that I want, and actually it's right here. The one on the right, actually, the Havoc looks pretty good, especially for $6.
It's a good figure.
Yeah,
for $6, I don't know. Yeah, What's
I
up?
haven't seen the. I've seen the Havoc a couple times. I haven't seen the Dark Trooper at all. I've seen all the other
So
archive figures they've been getting, but I haven't seen.
Tony saw the Dark Trooper today. You've seen him, right?
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Yeah, I have him over here.
Dude,
So-
Get him in a couple Rosses, yeah.
well, I was just gonna say the paint scheme on that Dark Trooper, you could fit that, especially now with the steel core, which I'm gonna open in a little bit. We're gonna
Yep.
open a bunch of toys today too, after we get into this conversation. But
Yep.
this could fit in with your customization, your steel core, the Hydra Trooper. You could put this around that. Like
Yep.
this fits right in your World of Joe, and for $6 or $7, I'll take 2 easy.
Look, to be honest, I mean, this is like a customizer's dream, right? You're not spending $25-$30 on these figures. Like, oh, I can get like 5 of these for the price of 1. And honestly, the Havoc isn't bad, right? I like the 90s X Factor Havoc better, but the giant like radiation that you put in his back looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I should have picked him up. I seen him over
Yeah,
there
that
too.
looks good.
Ross.
Yeah, no, that Havoc it's a good Havoc. It's a good Havoc. It's boxed away right now, but it is a good Havoc. All right. What else? What we got next, Moody? What's next on our fun slides?
Jeez. Look at that.
Well, we were just showing all the people that are finding all these crazy hunts at Ross and stuff. And I'd say like I know Spec and Tony went to Ross, and maybe they can talk about their adventures. And you went to Ollie's as well, right, Bobby?
Yeah. So look, so at Ross, so let's see what I find. I found Tomax. I found like 2 Transformers. I found that horrible McFarlane Bruce Wayne from the Batman movie, which even at $6, I'm like, no, disgusting. And I found some pops. I'm like, I'll get them later. But as I'm walking out, I'm like, you know what? And I think it was Spec who said, hey, I found this at the front of the store. So I'm like, all right, let me just go to the front. Let me just see if anyone dropped anything. And yeah, boom, static shock. Could not find this figure anywhere here in Houston. It was really, really, really effing annoying. And look, I'll pop him out right now. He has a great figure. And honestly, I have Static Shock number 1 signed by Dennis Cohen. So I'm going to put this once that gets framed. Put that with that comic book. But he was $6. So $6 over 20. Couldn't find him. I think he goes for like 40 at the cons. And you know, say what you will about McFarlane, but he can do really great figures.
Especially for $6.
Yeah, I'll do that all day, every day. Ollie's is where I really go effing ham sometimes, just because. Yeah, that's fine. You call me cheap shit. I don't give a shit. Look. Found this at Ollie's for $7. He's gone, but they have like 50 of those Invisible Women.
50.
Like 50 of them. Like they got those. I got these at Ollie's for $10. And I can never
That's
find
amazing,
him.
dude. Those are great.
I think I have him. I think Ashley bought me him, but I think he's packed away and I can't find him. So I'm like, just in case I don't. In case I had a bad memory. But like that's why I got my Ollie's is what else do they have there? They have all the Age of Apocalypse Wave 2. I need to get that Magneto still. They've got the Multiverse of Madness figures there. All of them for like $10. They had Joe's and those went quick. Like I have never seen Joe's, and they're the movie Joe's too. They went boom, like the
movie Joe's.
The movie Joe's, yeah. Like, and
I mean,
look,
those were $5 at Target for after a while, right? Or Walmart, weren't they $5 or $6 even at the big box retailers? Like that's
10-ish.
crazy that they sold at Ollie's like that.
Amazon had like Baroness or something for $5. There was
Yeah.
some, yeah. My
They
my
had-
buddy was visiting Dallas and went to Ollie's, and he was like, "Hey, do you want all the movie guys for $5 each?" And I thought about it for a second, and then I was just like, "No, I can't. No, not even for $5.
Yeah, like I when I heard Ollie, I'm like, oh, I think because Mel is in the chat. I think I think it came out of Pennsylvania, but yeah, like they had all of the they had Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Baroness, Scarlet, gone. Those are all gone. All the Lady J's gone. I mean it went quick. I do have because Ross, I mean, God, I got me a Strider. Dave got me a Strider. I got the Jurassic Park T-Rex for like $15. I mean, Ross is insane to go to. I mean, like I've got the big T-Rex. It's usually like $25-$30. Got it for 15. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it for my when I eventually get to it, my Spielberg shoot. Like, yeah, I'm gonna like it's insane. This is mind-boggling. Okay, I'm done with my rant. It's never a rant. It's just like, oh my god. But we're getting clearancing in a bit because I've got stuff from Walmart. But respect. Let's go with you, man. What do you got from Ross? If no one else has any Ollies.
Trying to put together a quick thing, but
okay. Well, then I'll go to Tony.
No, don't worry about it. I'm ready. I've been going nuts at Ross, and the thing with Ross is Ross's have been getting the same stores have been getting new stuff every day. So it's not like, oh, they got their shipment in and they're done. It's like I go and then I go again the next day and it's like, oh my God, you got more stuff. And so I've been going crazy. Everybody's been finding this guy, the Speedia, the Walmart Scourge for $17. He's the most expensive one. $17. I found Road Hauler, $8. I found, I can't remember their name, Override, I think, $8.
Damn.
Crasher, who was next to impossible to find, $7.
Which real quick, and let me ask you this: why is it that these figures are so damn hard to find, but now we're finding like I never saw like the twins or
I'll get to that.
Okay,
well, I saw the twins in stock at regular retail, but I found all the Speedia 500 people that target or the Walmart subline. I haven't found Cosmos, but I already have him, and I haven't found Road Rocket, the motorcycle, and that's the last one I need, and I'll have the whole thing, and I'll have the only one I ever paid retail for was Cosmos because he was the only G1 character and so I wanted him. So I've been finding those. The Walmart specific Beast Kingdom line. So the Scorponok repaint, and then the Cheetor repaint, Shadow Panther, and the Waspinator repaint, Buzzsaw. And then I've been getting a bunch of these. I thought there were only 4, but then 3 more, I guess, have started showing up. So the Walmart retro headmasters using the Titan Returns molds. And I found the first 4. So it was Skull Cruncher and Hardhead and Weird Wolf and Highbrow. And I had Highbrow as a kid, the original one, not the Titans Return mold one. And then apparently, thanks to a hot tip from somebody I ran into at Target earlier today, Mindwipe started showing up, Brainstorm started showing up, and Chrome Dome. I still got to find Chrome Dome. God, what else? I bought an extra Old Man Black Series Archive Han. I'd already had him, but for $6, I can use the head, and I was putzing with him with the Indiana Jones bodies. I found the Ceremony Princess Leia for $5. I wasn't going to get her, but for $5. Yeah. I found the Walmart, the 4-inch Cobra Trooper today for $4. So I was like, okay, screw it. I'll buy it for $4. Yeah, I've been going nuts. Like, I've been finding so much stuff at Ross.
Yeah, it's always hilarious. You're like, I'm done.
Yeah, I found
consider.
NECA. I found the Mirage, the Rennet, the female time traveler, $8. So I was like, okay, $8, I'll buy that one. I wasn't gonna get her. I'm not gonna spend $32 on that figure. $8, sure. I have the other Mirage figures. I'll get that. So you're muted, Romo.
I'm sorry, my bad. No, is there two different colors of Rennets?
Yeah, so one of them, the blue
right?
one is the Walmart exclusive, that stupid NFT thing that
Yeah. And then the one you found is what, like
the one I
brownish
found is the
red
one
or
that you can find at like Target or Walmart or wherever else.
something? Okay.
Which it's a cool figure, and I know the character because I, the comic and everything and the cartoon, but I wasn't gonna spend that. I'm not trying to completion the line, but for $8, like
Yeah, she'll go right in with my turtles. And
Yeah.
Skull Cruncher, found Skull Cruncher.
That's fantastic.
They're dope, and my kid loves them. And what I didn't even know is like I didn't even know my kid's been watching like all these YouTube reviews. So when I was like, "Hey, I found Weird Wolf," he's like, "What?"
Oh wow.
He's like, "I really want that one. I've been watching all these reviews," and he just like he knew how to transform them all without the directions because he's been watching all these reviews.
How old is he?
12.
Hell yeah, dude.
So yeah, like Ross has been crazy. I thought I was done with Ross, and I've been going the last couple of days, and I haven't been finding much. And then I found those two today, and I found a couple different more Marvel Legends, like I said earlier. I've seen the Havoc a couple times. I saw Siren today. I saw the Wolverine from that line today. I found Vulcan a bunch. I found not Cannonball. I keep calling him Cannonball, Bobby. What's the dude's name?
Blue Marvel.
Blue Marvel.
Yeah. So he's like, "Oh, I found Cannonball." I'm like, "Oh, get him for me, great!" And you're like, "Here it is." I'm like,
That's not Cannonball.
He's like, "Whoops."
"Whoopsie." I do need
really don't collect Marvel Legends.
I do need that Vulcan. If I can find that Vulcan and that Wolverine with like the burning claws, I'll probably pick him up just because it's X-Men and also he's Vulcan's the third Summers brother, so
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, if I see him, you want me to grab him?
sure. How much was he? Like what, $8?
$6. They're $5.99.
And yes.
And then I sent you those pictures. Somebody supposedly, hopefully it's not a BS thing, somebody found that Spider-Man Homecoming Ned.
Yeah,
that's real. That's real.
Parker
I saw
set for
3 of them.
$13.
3 of them at my Ross. It was the Homecoming, Ned Leeds, and Peter Parker, right?
I'd buy
Yeah.
that for $13.
There was 3
just
of
to
them,
have, like
3 packs,
civilian
2 packs up
bodies.
there.
Like that's crazy.
Really? I'm like, okay, that's weird. It's so weird.
that is insane.
It's like $12 or something like that.
I should have you buy it for me and just like open them up and send it to me as cheap as you can.
Loose, whatever. They're there, dude.
Damn. Okay.
I owe you.
I got distracted from my notes because of how, that's real. Okay.
Yep, that is real. I just saw 3 of them.
Yeah, Travis found that Range Viper for $3.99 at Ross today.
Yeah,
$1. $1 at the Quickie Mart.
Lie.
What else we got here? Are we? Oh, we're.
Oh, hey. So there's we should probably draw attention to something. People are just to kind of go on an aside here. We lost a legend of comics and animation writing, and there's a few comments. And welcome Vlad, our good buddy in a toy kind of mood, who guest appears every now and then. But yes, R.I.P. to the great Keith Giffen. Was he the creator of Booster Gold as well, or he's one of the writers, right?
He was one of the writers. He co-created Rocket Raccoon and Lobo.
There you go. Okay, I knew it was something, but yeah.
And he along with Kevin McGuire did Justice League International for a good run, and the famous One Punch.
Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah. He
co-creator of Lobo.
Yeah, Lobo and Rocket Raccoon. Vlad put it up earlier, but yeah, he left a really like funny goodbye, saying that he was sick, anything to get out of going to New York Comic Con, and then he put his own obituary. It's like, when you know you're going out like that, that's how you want to go, man. Just go out being yourself. Yeah, that's sad. It is sad. But you know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing that sucks. 70 is a good life. Like now it's like young, but 70 is a good life. 70 is a good life. So,
Yep.
all right.
I would say the other comment here is a good segue into what we're gonna probably
Yep.
talk about for a little bit, and maybe we can jump back into hunts. Just kind of nail that down.
Yep. And she's absolutely right.
Yeah, this is the thing. So I was able to talk to some folks and and from Mattel and Hasbro, and one I'll say their name because they were so positive about my question. The other were like business, so I'll keep them out of it. I'll let them if they want to come out and talk about it, that's cool. But yeah, basically, is this clearance waiting? Like what? Like we're buying all this stuff for like $5 or $10 and stuff. But is it a problem with the toy lines? I mean, before I get into what they say, like we should maybe ask ourselves that and ask the chat, like, what do you think? Like, yeah, it sounds good. Yes, I'll get to you, Spec. It sounds good that we're getting these things and but I'm seeing it on every post, and so are they. Like, especially the brand managers now are very involved with social media, some more than others, and they're seeing it. Some aren't that affected by it, and we'll get into those details. But as far as the chat, like Romo, Spec, Bobby, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, it's cool that we're waiting and getting this, but do you think it hurts the lines and stuff? Is it like Doom,
I don't think it hurts the lines. I think what we're witnessing, experiencing is a very rare happening that hopefully won't, I mean, we'd love it to, but I don't think that we'll see it happen like this again for a long time unless we end up with another pandemic or, I think as Rachel said, what happened is distribution is still recovering from the pandemic, and all this product was ordered. And obviously, as we look at it's the Speedia line, it's these retros, it's these whatever. So most of this product is coming from Walmart. We've seen a couple shattered glass. I did find one of those too. So from Hasbro. So obviously Hasbro is the one sending all this product. Mm-hmm. A lot of it was meant for Walmart. Walmart clearly ordered X amount. Only so much was deliverable at the time that these waves went out. And now the rest of this product has suddenly shown up on shore, and Walmart's looking at them going like, guys, we're already like 2 waves down the line. We don't want this stuff. Like, we can't move it, like whatever. So now this stuff is just being sent en masse to all these discount retailers. And I actually, while I was out today, I ran into somebody who works for one of the big toy companies. And he's been buying the Transformers and stuff too. He does not work for that one. But he was just like, yeah, it's a mess. He's like, it's kind of a bad thing. Hasbro did a huge round of layoffs prior to this, which we all know about. And I guess some of it was directly related to this. And now, or this was the excuse or the impetus for that round of layoffs. And now this is happening. So it definitely sucks in that regards. Mm-hmm. But I don't think the only thing I think it spells for the lines is if you want something and you find it, you should probably get it. I think if you've been in this game long enough, you can look at certain items and you know that like, okay, that item is probably going to go on sale eventually. I can hold off. I can get it when it goes on sale. And that's fine. That's how I was buying Transformers pre-pandemic. Yeah. When the pandemic happened, that's when it was like, okay, Transformers are announced. I'm pre-ordering. I'm buying them now. Now I'm kind of backing off. I get the ones that I really want, which is like 1 or 2 per wave with the Transformers. And the rest I wait for like Target to do their 25 off of 100 or whatever. Or Amazon, takes off 20% or whatever. But I think we're going to get back into a period where these stores have now cut their orders. So if you want something, you should get it. If you're lucky enough and you have like the Target Red card or whatever,
Yeah.
you're kind of safe, because if it does go on clearance or whatever, you can buy it and then walk around and return it on the old receipt, provided it's been within however many days they allow.
So actually I want to support that comment because I got, these are kind of word for word notes where I got from the marketing rep that I got at one of the big companies. He said, look, we're aware of the clearance waiting. He said, thankfully, the brand I'm on isn't as affected by it as other toy lines of brands. So that could go from, it's not like some of the toy lines, and we'll talk about Joe a little later on. Some of those are not as affected as the other ones. And then, like Rachel said, they said the same thing, the marketing rec. It's the overstock due to COVID, stores overcompensated. And then now this is what Spec said. He said, the marketing rep said the brand that he's on, regardless of not seeing much on clearance, they're still going to trim their product to big box retailers in hopes to retrain those customers from waiting for sales to, oh shit, it's sold out. So it's going to take a couple waves.
Yeah.
People aren't, they're not watching this or they don't care. They're going to wait. And when they wait for clearance and never get the figure because there's only a box or two hitting the store instead of 5 or 10 or whatever the number is, they're going to go and they see it on eBay. They're going to go, damn it. So now they're going to have to buy it. And then we're going to get back to maybe not where it was where COVID, where it was a rat race like Cobra Island, but it's going to get a little closer because that might be doomsday for collectors because everything is great right now, but we're clearance waiting, and it's going to hit a point where we're waiting for $5 or $10, $25 off, and we can't find anything. And now it's on Mercari and eBay and whatnot,
No, it's true. I mean, and to that point, there are certain things where it's like, maybe I have been conditioned. Like,
mute your phone.
What the hell?
My bad.
But look, I didn't. I haven't opened them yet, just because I don't know if I want to open them yet. But look, I found the dual Vader, and what I'm calling right now my final Batman. Which
damn,
Spec, shut up. I know what you're gonna say.
The Hush Batman is cool. I don't knock the Hush Batman. I almost bought him when I saw him.
The Hush Batman.
There's no final Batman with
or the Nightfall
McFarlane.
Batman.
That's all
I'm
they make.
Nightfall,
Batman.
The Nightfall one.
This will be my final Batman.
That'll be the definitive Batman in your collection.
This is my definitive Batman.
Write that down, guys. Write that down. Put that on the refrigerator. Bobby said that Hush.
But it's because here's the thing. Like, I will see tons of like peg warming Star Wars and McFarlane. I will bet you money I never see these again. I have seen Hush Batman once since I bought mine. Like, and so like I was like, oh, I got my Nightfall Batman. I'm like, where? Because the distribution down in Houston is so bad. So, but it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, like I hate to say it, Revelations. That's my I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off. And that is true too. Like Masterverse. Like, oh, it's on clearance. I'll get one or two. But
I want to.
Thank you,
David Hernandez just posted. The slippery slope is when you pick up something on clearance and then boom, you're collecting another line. And that was almost me, where I keep harping, I don't collect Marvel Legends and all those 60th anniversary, and I was getting certain sets, and then that was leading to like, I kind of want the Thor set. Oh, all right, I'll get the Thor set. And then I've been at these Rosses like looking and like, ooh, maybe and then I slap my hand. I'm like, no.
Gotta discipline yourself.
I don't have the
it gets dangerous. Yeah, like when Bobby was saying in our chat that I was showing him the Todd McFarlane, JLA and stuff, and those pictures I was sending. I'm like, they look all good together, man. And then he said something about that Blue Beetle. And then after Ross, me and my daughter went to Target, and he was there. I took a picture and sent it. Damn. But if I do that, if I go down that line of McFarlane, just with the original 7, they're there. Yep. That Wonder Woman is coming out.
Yeah,
she was announced. That's almost like all you need, and then I can start going and getting them all. And then, like, you know, the Nightfall Batman will probably be the Batman that joins that team. And then
Yeah.
just wait for the rest. But yeah, that's
So real quick, because I want to touch on something Tony said, but real quick, I do want to touch on this comment. Is this a thing in the Lego community? No, it is not. Because Lego retired, and not only did they retire their sets, but when they retire them, they destroy the bricks that are associated with that set.
That's right.
They melt them down.
Crazy.
They're done.
Wow.
And they're done. That's why this year, if I'm able to, I want to buy the NES Lego set because it's being retired in December. Mm-hmm. This is the final year they're doing the NES set. I picked up Optimus Prime because I've heard that he might be being retired soon. I don't know yet. What's up, Gun Buddy? But Lego, and also Lego never goes on sale.
No, you got to get lucky with Lego. Like I said, I found the $800 Millennium Falcon on clearance at Target once for $540 or $560. And I even I texted my wife and she was like, I can't tell you no. And I snagged that thing up. And it was because they don't sell it in store. They sell it online. Somebody bought it online. They were pissed because the box had some marks on it. Mm-hmm. They returned it. And Target's policy is immediately to throw it on clearance. And I just happened to be the lucky SOB that saw it sitting on an end cap and was like, no, and grabbed it. And the same with, I can't remember which team, but it's the very first football stadium they did because they've done 2 or 3 now. I was in another Target and same thing. It was on an end cap for, 20% off, grabbed it. Because it'll retire.
Yep.
And anymore. I've got so many freaking Lego sets that I didn't build because I don't have the space that are just sitting in my closet. And now they've retired them. And now it's like, do I build them at some point if I ever do have the space? I've got the Lego Ghostbusters Firehouse, the Batman Tumbler.
Crazy.
That's weird. The thing just did that. Some of the space sets, a lot of the old Star Wars sets,
I've got a Ferrari F40 that a friend just gave me, and I sold it for $400, and the guy returned it back to me because the tape, it was still taped, but because there was a little gap in the tape, he's like, I need it pristine. I'm like, okay, I'll take it back. So it's not, I've got that. I've got the U.S. Capitol box. I found, luckily, my Blackbird and my Ecto 1. I put those together, but those are retired. Yeah, they hold their value. They no one. And then when you do the sales, Lego is never on a sale at Target, unless it's clearance because it's opened.
They'll do the sometimes they go on sale. Certain sets go on sale.
The cars do, and I've got I got my Lamborghini.
The cars do. Some of the Jurassic Park sets have gone on sale. But a lot of times what they'll do at Target is they'll do the, buy $50 in Legos, get a $10 gift card.
Yep.
And then Lego will do their Black Friday, which the deals on those have kind of been getting less and less. I haven't been buying as much Lego because the cost on Lego has gone way through the roof and my interests have sort of been lying elsewhere. Yeah. But I was a big Lego buyer for a long time.
There's a few Legos that I saw that I really, really like. I still want the typewriter, the NES set, and Captain America's shield. I'm so pretty. Actually, my Batwing I'm halfway done with. I need to finish. I need to order out for some parts.
Yeah, I have that. I have the Batwing on the wall. I want the Bat Cave. I want the Shadow Box diorama. That's the one that I want. And I've still got a ton of Lego points to.
Yeah,
but
my 69 Bat Cave is in shambles in a plastic box that I made sure every piece is in there and latched it and taped it up to make sure that nothing. Oh yeah, the Speed Champion series they're amazing. I love them. I love them so much.
Yeah, I'd get more of those Speed Champions if I had the space. I have a couple of the original ones. I have that 66 Batman, the Batcave unopened. I ended up opening that big ass Millennium Falcon over the pandemic. I brought it out randomly one night with the kids and was like, all right, Here's our pandemic project.
We're doing this. Damn.
It stayed built, sitting on its box in my living room for a year, just eating up space. And I finally was like, all right, I gotta take this down. And it was worse than building it, taking it apart brick by brick, going reverse in the directions, breaking the bags down so that it can, eventually one day be rebuilt. My fingers were so sore.
So I did time lapse during the pandemic. We had nothing to do, so I did a time lapse of me putting together my Millennium Falcon and my Mustang, which actually went really cool looking. Right before we moved, I'm sorry, right before I got laid off my last job, I was moving some stuff around, and I had my Millennium Falcon on the ground because I was moving things around. And you never put Legos on the ground because something will eventually fall. And one of my Captain America Hot Toys took a gainer off right in the middle, just
No.
and I let out a scream. And Ashley goes, honey, you okay? She was running in. She's, you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay.
But you can probably be thankful that the Millennium Falcon kept the Hot Toys from getting broken, hopefully.
That is true. No, it's fine. It is fine. Yeah, that is very true. Okay, so back to collecting. Trav, did you have anything you wanted to jump on?
Yeah. So I got the comments tonight. Amazing stuff. Real serious, good replies. I got 8 starred here that we've had over 20 comments starred. We went through them all. Here's 8. We'll go through it little by little, and then I'll kind of tell you what the other brand managers and marketing people said and stuff. So okay, so here's one I had up for a second, but I don't know if I agree with this, mostly because mistakes will be made, because the communication between corporations is horrible, right? So they're smart people, they're good with money, they're good at business. Communication is not their strong point. There's always going to be mistakes. So actually I was opening it, and while you guys were chatting a little bit, and here's a funny mistake. It's not really a mistake. It was this thing is a very interesting story. I know you guys hate wrestling on the show, but check it out, right? So this box set came out as the 60th anniversary of WWE set, and of all people to make it send back, it was Vincent Kennedy McMahon. You would never in a million years think this guy would ever care about toys, toy packaging. And I thought it was a rumor on social media, Instagram. I didn't believe it for a second until I was told from Mattel, from multiple sources at Mattel when I was doing Toy Fair, that Vince McMahon didn't like the original packaging. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that packaging, but it was priced at $80 then. This has it was recalled, the 60th anniversary. Now it says then, now, forever. And it is now immediately at $55.99 because they have a planogram space with time. You can only have things there for so long. And because it was recalled, the same item, they sent it back and they immediately went to $55 because they didn't want that thing warming. A lot of people were able to get away with the register locked version that said 60th anniversary. And then also, people want things to flip now. This is obviously not going to flip since it's not the recalled version. So them releasing this at $55.99 was, I think, a smart play. I still see some at the store, but I was very happy to get 4 really good figures for $55. I actually got it even cheaper than that. So really happy with that. So mistakes will be made based on the comment that there's always going to be a discount. Look at Grunt. Right, Grunt. We $11.99 or whatever it was. That
was just a straight up pricing error.
It was a pricing error. So things will discount stuff will happen because of communication, pricing error. There's always going to be sales. Will there be less sales? Yes. One person said from a brand that's questionable. A lot of people wait for clearance in this brand. I won't reveal who it was or what brand, but he says, "Hey, look, clearance waiting and this whole thing from collectors. It's not something we ignore. It's something we definitely discuss. It means a lot to us from a business standpoint, but I can't comment on it." So basically, if it's affecting your brand, you probably don't want to talk about it. But some of the other people and one of them mentioned their brand earlier in the show. He said, I don't think it's strictly, I love this point. He goes, I don't think it's strictly a collector habit. It literally, clearance waiting and sales waiting applies to shoppers of all types, clothes, appliances, electronics, video games. He goes, there are, you know, and just, we always say it on this show, there are those that have to have it right away, like me, right?
Not going to go away.
For GI Joes. And then there's you know, or people that need it immediately, while some are going to risk it. There's always going to be people that are going to risk waiting for a deal, because if you're collecting, if it's your second or third toy line, like for instance, my second or third is probably either Black Series or WWE or Marvel, right? I'm probably more so going to wait for a sale, but I don't agree with this comment right here. I want you guys to talk about, because we talk about GI Joe so much on the show. He says, I think it's safe to wait on all classified right now, unless you really know. Just because of the grunt thing, which was a pricing error. And one thing, hold on, the Crimson Guard, that's Python Patrol, and the Dusty, those are because of their, Rachel brought up this point. There's just, and also spec, they're releasing a year worth of product in 6 months, and Target has overcompensated their exclusives compared to Walmart. That's why they're easy to get. They don't really flip. They're not everything, but I'm saying it's easier to get a Target exclusive than it is Walmart right now. So if other than those, don't wait on classified. Like, don't wait on a sale.
When Target was having that whole reset sale, and there were the shipwrecks for $13 and the copperheads for, I didn't see it. I never found a single one of those guys. No. The Python Crimson Guards, yeah, I found them left and right.
Yeah,
but none of the mainline releases.
Yeah, the minute no, Black Friday, I love Black Friday. That's where I get all my DVDs and games. Like, it's beautiful. But no, you're right. Like, the minute those went on sale, every Target. I mean, I'd go to Target one day, Shipwreck and Rock and Roll, and boom, the day of clearance, go back, poof, just like that, Lola's gone. Right, like they were gone. They were, I got. That's why I felt like moody. I'm like, ooh, gotta get it. Like Viper. Like, I saw her, and then I'm like, should I? F it, I'll get it. And you know, she's hit or miss. So you know,
I think the Target Python Patrol. I think repaints and these Kit Bash figures, the repaints, I think those you're safer on waiting. But original characters, like, I mean, I don't think Buzzer and Ripper are going to be sitting at Target even for $24.99 for a while, unless they just absolutely pour in loads and loads, which I doubt they're doing. I don't think, like, I don't see Shockwave and Hawk and maybe Helix. So, because she's a comic book, it's going to be certain characters, like if they're from comics, if they're repaints, if they're not, but like a main character, I would not wait. I would not. And
the ones that people are connected to,
Come on, real to that point though, and I think where it is different, it is difficult for us to say this with almost a certainty, is because like LA gets a lot better distribution than like Houston does
in the stores.
Like, you know, because keep in mind, like, you know, that's why, like, you know, Steven and I was called Killish, Steven and Spec, and even you, Moody, like you got that Range Viper and, you know, hooked me up because they were gone. Like and I get like Range Viper, like only Walmart exclusive, but I couldn't find these, like, you know, Spec's like, oh, you know, I found this. I'm like, how? Where? You're like, you know, the Target. That's my Spec impersonation, by the way. Yeah, a Target. I'm like, oh, yes, I get it.
But I'm an exception to the rule because I'm at Target. I don't know how many fucking times a week. Like,
what? That's like, I wish I still lived across the street from Target, because like I would just like walk over there like 15 times during the day. I'm like, that's my exercise, right? And I would still, if I like during the pandemic, I was like, oh shit. And Ashley like, what'd you get? I'm like, I guess butter. So like $30 and not cover one butter. I'm like,
it's organic.
It's a big thing of butter. It's Costco butter, right?
Actually, Bobby, so just want to step in and here. because I think it was Todd C that talked about he was talking about while we were kind of discussing like Keith and other subjects,
Yeah.
he was discussing this range viper. He says $25 is too expensive to army build, but this thing for an exclusive comes with a lot of weapons. It doesn't come with like an alternate face or anything like that. I mean, it's got all these other weapons too, right? So I think $25, unfortunately, is the standard price for an army builder. And I get that you would want to wait, right? We're seeing this right here, right? We're seeing this $6. So you'd rather build with $6. But the problem is army builders are the hardest figures to get unless they're Python Patrol repaints or something, or Tiger Force, because people buy 4 of them. Stalker, people buy 1. Now, Stalker, you can make an army builder, and at $6, great. But I think in general, it's going to be harder for you to find a regular bat, an eel, any of these. Look at the troopers, the Cobra troopers, the infantry; those went fast. So I think, I would not. If it's an army builder, I would be very hesitant to wait.
Don't wait. That's what I'm saying. I've just been trying to jump in here. Don't wait on that. I've never ever went to the clearance aisle in any of looking for in all my hunts looking for Joes and stuff. And now I'm all online. So I don't go hunt. So I don't go look. So I don't go. And now I only go to the clearance when something pops up in the groups. I'm like, oh really? Oh okay. Well, let me go look now. And then I found Tomax is there, and like what? And then all the kitty toys are there still there. Now you got to rummage over here in Arizona. At least you guys seem like you're finding a bunch more stuff out of this state anyway. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
can that many collectors over here? But damn, it's just I never go over there. Only when I hear about it, then I'll take a look over there, because usually there's jack shit over there. But now, and it's gonna die down. I think it's gonna die down. And like you say, mistakes are gonna be made. And they're gonna pop up. They'll select figures here and there, and that's it. So it's just a big game. But I'll never wait. I'll never wait for clearance. If I see it, like David was saying, just get it. You see it, get it. You see it, get it.
Yeah,
and like for instance, I don't collect that many lines, so
yeah, it's that thing, and I've always lived by that. I inherited it from my dad, and maybe it's a bad habit or whatever, because my wife is a wait for sale type of person.
I couldn't.
But I've always just been if I see something and I want it, get it.
Yeah, both parents to me, they said, exactly, you see something, you want it, get it, because it might not be there when you go back. And if you're waiting for clearance, I mean, if you got a line on, they're going to put that in the clearance aisle. Okay, then go ahead, wait. But I'm not doing that. I'll go by there and look. If I don't see anything, I don't. If I see, I'll go and see, some stuff on clearance, and then over there in the regular aisle, there's Tiger Force Dusty still sitting there next to Rock and Roll. I'm like, damn. I just want to get them, and no, I don't. No, I don't need them. I don't need those.
Well, it's when the Python Crimson Guards came out, I bought 4. All of a sudden, they went on clearance for $12.49 because I got them with the red card. I bought 4 for $12.49. I took off the clearance tags, walked right up to customer service, and returned them for the old $24.99 receipt, and got my money back. Same with the Python
bastard, you.
Yeah, the Python officers, I paid full price for them. And then I think I found 2 for like $12, and then they went on even deeper clearance for like $8.
Yep.
And you either can go and get them price matched, or you get lucky and you find them in the store, and then you do what I did before and you just buy them and then you go return, and the thing is, that's luck, that's good fortune, that's great. I get some money back, which is just going to get given right back to Hasbro anyway. So I don't feel bad.
Same here. Yeah. That's all you're doing.
If it doesn't happen, I don't feel bad about it, because I love the line and I collect the line and I want the line. So
you're going to get it no matter if it's online, if it's at one of the Entertainment Earth, Big Bad, eBay, even all that. You love it. I mean, find a way to get it, and you'll get it. And
things that I wait for, like the Dungeons and Dragons Owl Bear. I think that's a really cool figure. I'd love to get it. I don't want to pay $45 for it. It's actually on sale right now for like $30. And I debated about it. And then even because I've been spending so much at Ross, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get it. I don't need it. And if it does end up going cheaper, I'll grab it. And if I never get it, it's no sweat off my skin. Like, and that's something where it's like you can wait for clearance because I don't have to have it. It's not.
Yeah.
But anything else, if you want it, get it.
Yeah, if you want to get it, don't wait, man.
That's so. My whole thing is there's some like, and it's always like when payday comes, right? It's like, all right, if it's here when I come back, for me, it's like it's meant to be. I'll get it. If it's gone, it wasn't meant to be. Someone else get it. But something that it dawned on me while we were all talking about this is the fact that during the pandemic, a lot of people were hiding figures under shelves.
I'm guilty of that shit.
Oh, same here. Same here. Oh yeah, I did that. I threw some. I forget what I hit it, and payday came. I ran over there. Oh, it's still there. I felt bad. I felt. Oh yeah. I felt bad because I was like, let me just see if anyone's hit anything, and someone hid that first Spider-Man retro. The first one, yeah. I was like, oh, mine now.
The Legends one? Yeah.
Huh?
The Legends one?
No, when they started doing like these, but the Spidey ones.
Oh, yeah.
The first Spider-Man one.
Okay.
I found it because someone hit him, and I'm like, sorry. And I remember in all the toy chats, everyone was so angry, like, why are you hiding your figures? Just buy them, just buy them. Like, some people just can't buy figures right away. They have to wait. It's always kind of
or they're in there for something else, and that's what I did.
The only time I've done that was when I found a figure that I knew was register locked. When Target came out with the deluxe retro Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. Or no, it was the deluxe Boba Fett in the box, not the retro packaging.
Gotcha.
And I knew it was register locked, and so I was like, or I was pretty sure it was register locked. So they had like 3 on the peg. I grabbed 2. I hid one under a thing. I took the other one up to the register. Boom, it was register locked. And so I was like, cool. I saw when the date was, and I was like, now I know when I can come back and grab the other one.
Well, okay. And like speaking of like clearance, and like I think someone said earlier, I think Vlad said earlier, like, mainline stuff that I need to get, I'll get. Something where like, I don't need it, but I would like it. I'll wait for clearance, and that's what I did. Because so short story long, Walmart lost my Range Viper. It's somewhere in a Walmart warehouse. I call them like, hey, where's my package? And like, oh, sorry, we lost it. I'm like, what do you mean you lost it? It's like, well, we're sorry, we'll refund you and give you $15. I'm like, wait, time out. If it's sold out, I don't want it. I want you to find my package. And like, okay, thank you so much. So we refunded you your money. I'm like, no, is it sold out? Have a good day, sir. I'm like, God damn it.
Have a good day, Bobby.
So I went. I was like furious. Moody, I gotta give you a shout out. Thank you for hooking me up with the Range Viper. So like, you know what? It's good. I'll go to Walmart online, and I found the Walker Captain America, and I was like, all right, I'll throw him in my cart. It's like $17. Let's see what happens. And then I think Spec was like, oh look, like, oh no, Spec and then Petunia were like throwing up all the Walmart clearances, and so for like, I think I spent $27. Walmart were like, you saved $50 today. I'm like, cool. I got John Walker, which I'm keeping in the box because I like this packaging.
Nice.
And then the Transformers Top Gun, which by the way, like, because I love Top Gun, I've got both movies. I love Top Gun.
Yeah, 25 bones.
Like,
Twinning,
look,
you're twinning, baby.
Come with the volleyball like the Pulse version did.
They do need a volleyball. I know that they did right with that. But no, like, look, this is like, and look, I am a fan of good packaging. I am. Like, I will keep stuff in boxes.
You don't have to take it out.
You guys are gonna keep those boxed?
I'm gonna keep mine.
I mean, maybe. Yeah.
If I end up getting one,
Looks like it's already open.
That would be cool. That's one that would be cool. Keeping one boxed and opening one, because I'd want to play with that thing. That looks cool as shit.
I know. Same.
I
But
want
Well, you
to.
can play with it and just put it back.
I just want to hit real quick, since I can't do the comment
Just play
highlighting.
with it and put it.
Ken Best said, "I have a feeling we'll go back to COVID times where stuff will be limited in production and impossible to find." I don't
know about that.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go quite that far. You know, the thing in corporate America is there's a pendulum swinging.
yes,
And we hit COVID and the pendulum swung one way, and the corporations are all watching and they're bean counting, and the pendulum will swing back the other way.
yes.
Then they'll realize, oh crap, we've overcompensated too much, and then the pendulum will swing back the other way. So it's just a constant game. I think, you know, stores will be ordering less, but not so much less that people that want it won't be able to get it. But, you know, you might have a harder time finding it on the pegs, whereas it'll be just better if you want it, pre-order it. But I don't think it's going to be as scarce as COVID was, where they just weren't able to get the product for several reasons: factory shutdowns, material shortages, distribution backups. Like, we're not going to get that. But, you know, maybe instead of Walmart ordering 10 cases of whatever exclusive subline they have, they'll order 5.
Yep. The only thing that I will say that I'm like hesitant about is the scalpers, present company excluded, to people in the chat, going out and buying like 15 different, like just like grabbing all the figures and going, okay, now you can't find them, and like flipping them for like quadruple value. Like, I get it, but that is that one COVID fear. I'm like, but now that that we have pre-orders, that's not that big of a deal. But clearance waves, like the only one that I'm a little bit afraid of that damaging is my Motu. That's it. And Motu even said like we're going pretty much straight to now to just online because Origins. But once again, Steven will, and again, he gets a bunch of my stuff from Big Bad Toy Store, but like he'll find stuff at Target. I'm like, I've never seen this. I'm still like on Stratos and Pigman or some bullshit that's been around for like 2 years. And I won't lie, Steven made a great point in our toy chat. Target and Walmart need to just go through and clearance out the Motu, the pops that aren't selling, and the Jurassic Park figures that aren't selling, and just kind of reset.
There was always a crap ton of those pops at in the Target collector spot.
There still are.
There's so much there. It's like, move these out or just cut it in half to get more room to the.
It's okay. That company's not going to exist much longer anyway.
Look, I love my pops, but they're not. Like, because here's the thing. I love my pops. I've got Hawkeye and Ant-Man. I'm waiting for some to clearance because I'm not paying $30 for like the tall one, but
those big ones.
Yeah, the big ones. But like if they're like, but when they're like $10, $14, I'll give. I actually, speaking of Ross, I found couch Homer Simpson on the couch for I think it was like $5, like the big one, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this. And Ashley looks at me, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I want this. She goes, how much is it? I'm like, $8. She goes, just give me just give it to me. I'm like, thank you.
I was debating getting their heroes, those Flash Gordons and all those, because those are sweet molds. And the head sculpts are great. And I'm like,
great.
Do I need this? Do I need that? But damn, am I gonna pay it? They're still at a hefty price. And I'm like, nah, I don't need it just to get the head, just to get the body. Yeah. And then Flash has got those circles, those molded circles around it. Too much work. So, but the head sculpt is built for Aquaman.
Yeah, but like, and someone put it best. Like, look, the pop, like Funko, the people they've hired to put in charge of things, like buying Mondo posters and then like shuttling, that off into oblivion. It's something where it's like you had a great product and you messed it up. You've got great products right now and you've messed it up. And like whoever is in charge of Funko is destroying a fun brand.
Well, their CEO took a leave of absence, I believe. Like
He did.
Yeah.
Ago. But I mean, it's that thing, and I mentioned it in the chat earlier. But you know, they had that big story where they dumped $30 million of product in a landfill, much like Atari did in the 80s with their ET game. And there should be huge penalties for that, because it's such it's crappy for the environment. B, it's a waste of material.
Donate them, you know,
waste of money, and they're getting to do it because it's a tax write-off for them. And that is bullshit.
Yeah, they tried saying that it would be too expensive to donate it to like children. I'm like, no,
That's greed.
But here's the thing, and it is something that we have been seeing though. Like Funko, like Warner Brothers did this with that's dope with Batgirl. You know, Funko did with their $30 million worth of like product. It's just easier for them to, you know, destroy it and get a tax write-off than actually like put it out there. But I think there are so many Funkos. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but they've been going up in price too. And I get it, the price of oil, plastics going up. But I got Indiana Jones recently, Ted Lasso, and Sam Obasanya from Ted Lasso, because like I love these figures and I will get them ad nauseum. But yeah, but Zen's right here. Like, look, we did grow up with in-person toy stores, and
loved them.
Yeah, I love. Like I was saying, and the reason why I love the box covers because like there have been times where I've seen figures like online going, oh, that's so awesome, and I'll see them on hand. I'm like, what happened here? Astral Plane Doctor Strange. I pre-ordered it, got it in. I was like, this is not good, right? The Batman McFarlane that he created Batman. Oh.
Yeah, that one was.
So actually, that reminds me. So you spoke with a McFarlane painter or something, David. Do you want to talk about that? When you're done, I'll talk about my little chat with Emily Bader from G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I was trying to be a little. My brain's freezing because of the whiskey. I was trying not to out him totally, but yeah,
It's a good freeze.
I met somebody from McFarlane earlier this year while we were both out hunting, and I actually happened to run into him again today. And we were just chatting, and I already mentioned what he said, where it's not a good thing with the whole clearance and what it's done to the industry and the round of layoffs at Hasbro because of it, or
okay,
we're premeditated by it, and then we're now seeing the reasons for why it happened, or part of the reasons for why it happened. So yeah, I mean, to him, it wasn't like, it's not a great thing to happen for the industry, and I'm sure it's not, but
no,
I feel like it is although right now it seems like the gift that keeps on giving, because more and more new stuff just happens to keep popping up.
Right.
But the well will eventually dry up at some point.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it's a temporary phenomenon, and it's amazing that there are some of us like myself that have been able to take huge advantage of it.
Yeah.
But everything that I've bought is not anything that I was like I wanted that Scourge, that Optimus, the black, and this one, the Speedy 500, because he looks cool. But I was also like, I'm not spending $55 for him, and if I never get him, okay, fine.
Right.
I never planned on getting any of the Speedia figures except for Cosmos. I never planned on getting the retro Headmasters. I never planned on getting the Yavin 4 ceremony Leia. I never planned on getting the Rennet. The fact that I found them and they were on such amazing prices.
Yeah, like I got her for $7 at Walmart. Yeah.
Right. So basically, most of the clearance stuff is stuff we wouldn't buy, right? So that's, or
I
it's
know.
like extras
Oh,
or
yeah.
fodder. But people are saying wait for clearance for G.I. Joe Classified. Are you even a G.I. Joe Classified collector? You should want that. That doesn't mean you have to be like me, Punk, Baldy, and B, and buy it from China or eBay or whatever because we have to do a review. It's
You're
not
doing a
about that.
YouTube
Like
thing, yeah.
if you're waiting just because the Crimson Twins and Stalker are $6, you're out of your mind because it's not. There's probably going to happen again. But it's not like I could see the Torpedo Wave. I could see some of those because they probably over made a bunch. That's like the best wave of the year, right? I think that whole wave, rock and roll, and like bazooka, like there's no skips, right?
Copperhead and
So, but
Torpedo and
that
all that.
right, and I think they thought that they're like we made a lot, so they just made a lot. It just doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's warming or anything. It just because I don't see it at Target. I see one in here and there, but that might hit $6. But after that, I really don't think so. So let me tell you guys what Emily said.
Yeah, please.
She said she's the only one I'm mentioning because she was so positive and cool about this, and I'm sure she's fine with it. She said collectors waiting for clearance is not really something we focus on when we make product lines. And remember, she's speaking for a lot of Hasbro lines. She messes with like the Dungeons and Dragons and Magic and
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So, but mostly she's talking about G.I. Joe here. So she said, I feel like I've seen more of it popping up in conversation. So she pays attention to the hot topics. She said it's interesting on G.I. Joe because sometimes we have figures that sell out so quickly that they never even get a markdown, never mind hitting discount stores. And then I was thinking in the conversation I had with her, I said, well, you kind of answered your questions with Chris. Shout out to Chris Full Force. Because she said due to the COVID delays that Classified decided to roll out a whole year of figures in 6 months. That's why we're getting slammed with these and like just the buzzer, everything is coming in now, the grunts, and that stuff has to hit. There has to be space for it, whether it's online or in the store. It has to be space. So some of these sales are going to happen now because we're getting a year of figures in 6 months. The other thing she talked about was they're lucky. They don't have any real license fees without any movies. Like they don't really have much going on with Paramount right now. So, like the Disney, Lucasfilm, and Marvel stuff, as we know, they don't really have a lot of accessories. That's why I was like super thrilled to get this one, even for retail. I didn't clearance wait for this blade. Good luck clearance waiting for this blade. You're never going to get it. No. $25. I wish it had another face sculpt. Dave Speck is right. He should have had a
stoic get that sculpt.
Yeah, more stoic. But other than that, this is there's issues we'll get into.
But that's $25 figure.
There's so many things wrong with that figure, but all right.
Well, look, $25 accessories, lots of accessories.
Like that is something that I have.
I'll match your screaming head sculpt with my screaming head sculpt.
But that is something I have lamented on the show before, is that Hasbro, for the most part, doesn't give accessories when they have the accessories already on hand, i.e. Spider-Man. But that blade, the Chip Zdarsky Daredevil I've got coming in eventually, like they gave it a lot of good accessories. Like I have no problems at all buying a figure for $25 if it has good accessories. Don't just give me a figure. Spider-Man No Way Home. Like they're amazing figures. Give me at least one web, right, for $25. Like that blade. The minute I find it, I'm like, do I need that blade? Do I want that blade? I don't know. And then Travis was like, look at this blade. I'm like, that's actually a dope blade. Holy shit. Okay.
It's pretty solid. But then in the same wave, there's Power Man. And he has so many issues. I've watched reviews. There's so many issues with him, and he comes with nothing. Now, traditionally, Power Man just punches you, right? So he's not like but they kind of gave you like a block that he punched. He's angry, or like a crack block. They could have gave you something. They gave him nothing, like extra a hand or something. I don't even know what's. There's just the bath piece.
What
I
could
think
you give him?
There's nothing. Another face sculpt or something. They gave him nothing. So there's always going to be.
Head sculpt. See, he needs a reverse blade. He needs the angry head sculpt. And then Blade needs the stoic head sculpt.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So what we'll do is there's a cost in the whole wave. So they'll overcompensate for like a blade. And then there'll be other figures like we've seen it with Star Wars, where one character has like 5 things, and then you get a Morgan Elsbeth who comes with nothing.
Nothing.
So it's like, it's weird how it's not like they have to evenly, we're just spoiled with classified. You know what I mean? To be honest.
We are.
Yeah.
And the
then,
fact,
yeah.
Well, they'll say use the old blade head. Use the old blade head.
well, and for me, it's also that the fact that Toy Biz used to come with stands, right? Like you used to get like
Kinds of stuff. Comics. Yeah.
comic stands. Like it's something that, like, look, I have one, but like the page puncher that
We were
McFarlane does.
spoiled with Toy Biz. We were really spoiled with Toy Biz. Guys.
We were Toy Biz, but now that they went out of business. Anyways.
All right. So I do want to just finish what she said.
Yeah,
So she said, Emily said, look, so thinking about it, I feel like it's ultimately a small percentage of different people who are purchasing toy lines who are waiting. So she thinks it's a small percentage. So maybe it's the internet. Everything is blown out of proportion on the internet. Almost everything is blown out of proportion on the internet. So the fact that we're finding this stuff on clearance and we're posting it, I mean, Spec is seeing it in person. So it's happening, but how many collectors are actually going out and doing it, right? I mean, what do you think, Dave? Do you think it's just the internet, or do you think the collectors that are not so in the groups and stuff, do you think they care or know about that? Like as far as all the clearance stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think they care. I think it's kind of like somebody finds it, right? They're easier to find at first. People don't know about it. I didn't know about it. All of a sudden, somebody posts, hey, I found something else. What else did I find? There was a ton of McFarlane at one point. I don't get the McFarlane, but I did get the Bat Cycle, the movie Bat Cycle, because it was $6. That was they sold that thing.
Gotta get that.
And I got it to try and do a custom with when I get a chance. But that's what it was. Somebody posted like, hey, I found this. And you see it on occasion. People post from
Community,
Ross, but then all of a sudden people were posting, hey, look what I found from Ross. Look what I found from Ross. Look what I found from Ross.
That makes me go there. Yeah.
And I knew that the Scourges were coming out. And so then I started going just to maybe try and find one. And then all of a sudden I'm finding, Crasher.
Yeah.
Super hard to find, like Cosmos. And all of a sudden, boom, there she is. They had one, snagged it. And then the word gets out. And then once the word gets out, now it's been kind of harder to find stuff at Ross. I'm still getting lucky with certain things, but I haven't found everything I wanted because, once word about those Joes got out, if you didn't show up at Ross before anybody else, when that stuff got put out, you're not getting it. Why? Because I got it all. Because the person before me got it all. Because I got enough twins, or I got friends. So like, if you go and you do see Joe stuff now, it's usually a twin or two is left over. But the stalkers, because of how good they are for the army building, gone.
Customizers.
Yeah. Once something hits, Instagram on Preternia or Toy Shiz or Action Figure Insider or whatever, like whoever's sitting there reading that on their Instagram is like running to their car 2 minutes later and like heading out.
Yep.
I've done it and it's worked. Yeah. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh shit. Don't wait on that.
Yeah, no, like was it Ollie's? One of the first ones was like, I'm like, oh, we have an Ollie's here? Let me pop in there. I'm like, oh, cool. I got I found some stuff. And then the reason I found out about that would be actually because comic books. They had the Dark Knight Returns graphic novel bundle pack with like a Batman mask, which I have because it was original 50, but it was on sale for $8. I'm like, I can't pass it up. Bless you. I can't pass it up. I can't pass up $8. I'm there, and there's another guy looking at the toys. Like, he goes, "Yeah, I customize. I'm doing." And he's like, I just found out about Ollie's. This is amazing. Look at this." I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." At Target, I was gonna pick up that freaking Photon Doctor Doom 2-pack. This woman was in there. She was, $25. I'll wait. It'll drop. It'll drop. And there's still like 6 of them just languishing there. Like it will drop. But yeah, but
when it does drop, if you're not there right when it happens,
gone. Yeah. But
get back online.
And I think and the whole Doomsday, it's something that, and I think we're kind of like getting to this point eventually, is that I don't think there is a Doomsday. People have been claiming Doomsday about everything. Comic books are, going to be gone. No one buys toys anymore. No one goes to the movies anymore. It's this negative reaction to a small, like, oh, there's a small dip and it's gone. Like, oh, there's one and it's gone. Like, oh, it's over. I'm like, well, it's a pendulum. Like, it's a pendulum. Just wait. It will right itself eventually, hopefully. Right. And yeah, Zen is 100% right here. Like these are, yes. And granted, licensing fees takes a lot. I get it. They have to make their money on these, but I mean, I have, like I said before in here, like, I have no problem paying $25 for a G.I. Joe figure because of all that you get.
Right. Right.
But like, I found like Ant-Man for $12, and I won't lie, I'm really annoyed because his helmet, I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn the slide off real quick. His helmet is actually off-centered.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could bug you, yeah.
And so
heat it up.
heat it up, okay. Because
Bit.
here's the thing, though, if this had been $25, I'd have been furious because there is no alternate head. So like, look, this is all I get. Like, and it's a great figure, but simple mold, but for $25.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's all you get when the Toy Biz one had a removable helmet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right.
I love the removable helmets.
Well, that's the thing. We said they don't have to pay the licensing fees, and the inflation are really killing some of these lines. There's a comment here that's exactly what Emily said too. It's a small percentage of folks that can spend all day shopping at clearance shops within 50 miles. She said, yeah, you can get. There's people who impulse purchase, parents looking for gifts, people who want things as soon as possible, general fans who aren't going to take the time to bargain hunt. So yeah, I mean, it's just because something is on clearance doesn't mean that every single person is going to get it. But like Spec said too, there's only a limited quantity, and a lot of things are $5. People may buy up the whole stock, or for different reasons too. So there's a question, Bobby, too, right here, if you want to ask the round table.
Which one?
That's a real good question.
Oh, what's
right here?
Yeah, I was going to get back to that eventually, but yeah, we'll go with. Okay, Spec. You're
Sorry. It's a tale of youth, because we were mentioning the old box stores, the Toys R Us's, my dad's from New Jersey, so we had Child's World and Children's Palace. I grew up an Army brat, and I spent age 5 to 12 overseas in Germany. We didn't have Toys R Us in Germany. We didn't have Child's World. We didn't have stores like that. You had the military PX on base, and you got your toys that way. Not that they didn't have a good toy section, but it just wasn't the same. And from the first 4 years that we lived overseas, we didn't come back to the States. And I just remember, like, my dad would come back to the States. They would have like war games and trainings and all that, and he'd come back with suitcases full of stuff that they'd put away for the holidays. But I remember it was like, hey, this summer we're going back to the States. We're going to see your grandparents in New Jersey. Like, we're going to be there for a month or 2 months. Start saving your money. And I just saved and saved and saved. And I went to as many Toys R Us's and as many children's palaces and children's worlds as you could possibly go into. And when you're freaking 8 or 9 years old and you haven't gotten to go in a store like that for that long, and you just see rows and rows and aisles of toys, and like, I bought all the Battle Force 2000. I bought all these Joes. I bought Power Master Optimus Prime, who I still have. I just went nuts. And I still remember that feeling of going into these stores and just seeing like floor to ceiling toys and boxes and like aisles that are just like, that's my best in-store experience.
That's a good one. Shit, I can't.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Tony, what about you, man?
Well, it's like the best in-store experience when we were younger or like now. So I need to like break it down. So back then, we didn't have in my area, in my hood, we didn't have I had to go somewhere far for a Toys R Us. I had to go somewhere far for KB. I had to go to the mall for the KBs in the malls and stuff like that. But it would be a Gemco. You ever remember that store, Gemco, at all?
Oh, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that kind of close. Going there, that's where I got all my superpowers. Like, oh my god, there was a ton of them all the time. And then this was when I was little, of course. And then Mervin's had a GI Joe,
Yes.
all kinds of them. Like, oh my god, we're going. Which one am I gonna get now? My mom, you can only get 2, maybe 3. And there was like, wow. So when you're younger and mom's buying them, that's great. But then now it's like everything's changed, right? You go in there, damn, it's not on the pegs, but there's a nasty dusty. there's something else. But somebody told me in the community, Outback's here. Ask the Target employee. Here's the DPCI or whatever. Go get it. And I'm waiting, and I'm pacing, and I'm waiting. Where's this kid at? Damn it. Oh, wait, I can't, he's going to be looking for me. Let me go back to that spot. He comes back, and it's you can see him way back there by the door. He comes in, and it's in his hand. Yeah! Hell yeah. And that I'm shit-ass happy for all day, right? So that's one of my best in-store experiences now when you make them go, because you have to do things now. You can't just go to the aisle, get them. Yes, he's here. No, they're all. And you know what? I have yet to run into another collector. It's so weird over here.
I run into collectors quite a bit
in Texas and or Houston, whatever.
Yeah,
I've never run into any of those dudes. I never run into any other collectors. There's a little families and the little kids looking for little toys, and the little girls over in the Barbie aisle, and I never see any kids looking for the Joes or the Motu and all that stuff. I never do. And yeah, especially at Target. I've never asked a Walmart employee, "Hey, do you have this?" Or, it's always just, if they don't have it, go or just take off or whatever. And some friends work at GameStop and they get stuff sporadically and weird. But yeah, mostly it's just Target and online. But best experience is when you see that guy who you told, "Hey, you have this?" "Oh yeah, let me look it up." The Pro phone or the Target phone. "Yeah, it says we have 4." And at first I'm like, well, if you have 4, how come they're not on the damn shelf? Whatever. Shut up. Don't say nothing. He's going back for you, and he's bringing it out to you. And go, "Oh yeah, we have this one and that one." When Moody asked me about the Tiger Force Duke and a bazooka, and he went and got like all 3 of them. Like, dude, yeah. And that's another best experience because like I want those, but Travis wanted them. And he asked me, and I got them, and they were there. I'm like, hell yeah, score for my bro, right? So that made it all fun. I'm like, damn, this is cool shit. And like I said before, I'm not really running into any other. Sometimes I'm like, am I the only one in Phoenix, Arizona collecting these? I don't ever run into. Oh, I never have that comment or that discussion with another guy. "Oh yeah, you collect these? Yeah, I collect these." "Oh, you heard of Gridiron?" Yeah. I've never had that yet. And I'm like, I'm waiting for that.
Romo, Chaz is calling
because of the comment right there.
Because you were the. I'm not, dude. I wish. I'm not. I go at weird times. My work schedule, my 24-hour shifts. I'll go in uniform, and they'll be like, "Oh, there's an ambulance outside. What happened in the store?" Nothing. It's just Tony looking for toys. You know what I mean?
I need to see if they'll let me in for senior hour.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, it's funny.
Travis, what about you, buddy? What's your best in store?
That was a damn good.
I got 3. I got 3, and they're not long stories. So the first one, honestly, is just rest in peace to my amazing grandfather, man, because he was the only one who was patient enough to drive my punk ass, and my best friend who's a punk too, to like, because remember back then in the 80s, for a grandpa to drive 20 minutes to a Toys R Us, that's like me driving to Vegas right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a big deal, from Cali. Like, this is not like 20 minutes. Now if I go to the burger place up the street, I'm going to be in traffic for 20 minutes. But this is like the 80s. So for him to do that for us, and then we go all the way there was nothing. But it just, that I didn't even come back with a toy. I went there and there was peg warmers. It was like I was a WWE Hasbro. The Hasbros where like Hulk Hogan's like this, and Ultimate Warrior does this, and like, you know, that whole thing. And they just had Skinner, like 300 Skinners. But it's a great story because my grandfather drove all the way there for us. He loved us and wanted us to find Undertaker and Yokozuna and these characters that we really wanted. And Bret Hart, we never found those characters, right? There was scalpers back then too. People forget that. The scalpers got those. The employees got those. That happened in the 80s. It's not a new thing. It's just that we have the internet and we know about it. But back then, it happened all the time, you know? So that's why there was only Skinner and the Hulk Hogan that was out for like 4 years. Like, we couldn't find anything. But there's just the fact that he would do that for us meant a lot. The other one was I first moved to Cali. I lived in Burbank, and there was still a Toys R Us. And I think the Toys R Us in Massachusetts had already closed down. So I was like, oh, cool. It was not the same. It was more like kids stuff and video games. Like, you could tell that's why Toys R Us died. People used to come back. Well, there's reason they're not around. They died because they couldn't sell toys. They tried to sell all this other stuff.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean? And then they couldn't sell it. You can't compete with Walmart and Target up the street trying to sell this other stuff. So they died. You know, people forget about that. So it'd be interesting to see. That's other news we never talked about. There's 25 stores coming back. I think they're at airports and stuff. I don't have a lot of expectations for it. But I found WWE Legends at the time, Elite. I wasn't even collecting Elites, but I found Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman was like, now the figure it's collected dust, it's ruined, but I've never opened it. It's still worth a lot of money. Even shout out to Christian Orozco. I haven't talked to him in a long time. He's like, it's like the one figure I own that he's jealous of. So that was cool just to find that my first like few months in Cali. And then the last one is the famous story we have about a Toy Kind of Mood. It's kind of why a Toy Kind of Mood began, just going one day to look for a Baroness, Cobra Island Baroness. At the time, there were memes. This is really what started this show, was the memes about like people found her on eBay for $40,000 or $10,000, which now Baroness, I mean, that's whatever. That restocked a million, you know, whatever. It wasn't hard to get after a while, the coil. But we were in line, and that's when I met KJ. And he's not on the show currently, but he's in the chat, so always supporting. But yeah, just meeting him, and then that was an avalanche. That moment, I met KJ that moment, but then it avalanched into, you know, everything else. Meeting Kid Wish and getting together with you guys and really starting the trend of what we're doing now. So those are the most significant. You know, it wasn't really about finding all kind of toys and getting 30 things. It was just kind of these weird experiences of meeting people or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I get it. Like I don't really have, because like my parents, like it was usually like we would go every now and then. We went to Children's Palace, Toys R Us, like birthday stuff like that. I remember going, but it was always like getting the figure is what stays in my mind more than going to an actual like in store. But I worked at Toys R Us for like a summer and a Christmas, and that was insane, fun but insane. But the one thing I do remember, I think it was second or third grade. I got all A's on my report card, so we went to Mervin's, and what my parents would do with it, my mom would go and put stuff on layaway, and then surprise me in the car with whatever superpower figure it was, and it was always. I remember getting the Batmobile when I had stuff up there, and the Batcopter, because I got all A's on my report card.
Yeah.
And once the ADHD kicked in, then that kind of went downhill. But birthdays and Christmases were always like really big. And then like I remember my parents one year gave me like $100 for my birthday. I was like 9, and I was like, I don't know what to buy with $100. Like, what do I buy? Holy shit! So yeah, that was a good question. But yeah, there's some great time being with my brother and sister at Toys R Us, running through the aisles, trying to find cool stuff. KB Toys. Oh man, I love KB Toys. They had like the expensive stuff, and they had like the cheaper stuff in the front.
Yeah, I remember that.
KB Toys always felt skeezy to me.
Yeah,
I got that.
Easy mall toy store with overpriced crap.
True. That's why you had the cheap stuff in the front, so you could actually find cool shit in the front.
FYI in the mall, FYI in our malls, they have Legends at such a high price. I'm like, damn.
God,
this is
FY.
good here.
But when they
I
have their
love-
stuff on like super sale, you can find stuff dirt cheap. There's one over by Travis that like I've gone into on occasion, and it's like, yeah, I'm
You
not
also have
paying any of
FYI?
that. Yeah, or FYE.
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 FYE, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think FYE. FYE. Thank you, David.
Yeah. There's one at the Woodland Hills Mall, and of course, like you're not gonna pay retail for any of that crap. But then, like when their stuff goes on sale, it's like $6.
Yeah.
$8, and then you're like,
Melanie,
ooh.
shout out to ADHD.
There used to be an FYE in the mall by where Ashley Faye and I used to live, and it's now like a little convenience store inside the mall for some reason.
There was also Suncoast back in the day,
and Sam Goody
video.
Sam Goody actually I have a really badass Lord of the Rings like map from like the first movie that was like Sam Goody exclusive, and the store the person running it was like, hey, you can have it, I don't care. That's whatever.
Suncoast Video, that's where I bought a Ninja Scroll DVD.
No, that's before home video became a big thing. That's where you'd go spend $100 on a VHS.
Oh my god,
it's true. God, I miss Blockbuster. All right, what we got next? Travis, what are you playing with, man?
Travis is playing with his grunt. I'm playing with Chun-Li.
So I'm trying to see if I can kit bash the steel core with grunt. Have you guys tried it? So I had to put blue tack
I'm not getting
to get the steel core helmet on grunt, but it looks cool as heck, you know. And then I got this doesn't fit in that smug. Again, I've talked about it a million times in the show. I hate these damn backpacks, but at least it somewhat hooks in.
I cut mine down because on the female steel core, it really
always.
So I measured how much I needed, and I never modify most of my Joe stuff for whatever OCD reasons.
Right.
Gotta stay pristine.
You're right. Look,
there's every single one.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's
look.
The steel core is a cool set.
This
but
is
like
smug, though.
when we were broadcasting last week, I thought I lost the knife on the chest because it's upside down and it would fall out. I found it, but then I put a little bit of tack in both of them so that the knife actually sticks up there. But then, you know, a lot of people are complaining that the female character has single jointed elbows, which sucks, but she's still posable. But that big knife sheath right on their chests, like, gets in the way of doing a lot of like dual handed rifle holding. And then the pauldrons or the shoulder armor on the guy make him look like he skips leg day at the gym.
I just take them off.
And
there's different peg holes too. So Grunt's steel core helmet won't fit on the steel core, and then obviously you need blue tack, and some of them don't fit Grunt at all. I
get blue tack for my tunnel rat because his back. Oh, there it is.
I had to do a lot of stuff. To my tunnel rat.
I just get all of his stuff down.
Yeah, it won't fit.
So much crap on them. It's almost a must.
Yeah, the steel core.
I need to do a video on what I did to him. It's
just got some issues. I was gonna play with this tonight. I found this at Target today.
Oh shit!
There you go. Open it.
Nice. I did open it, and her freaking arm snapped off at the peg like within 2 seconds.
Oh no!
What you're talking about? Oh, that's.
Oh, that was the one.
Yep.
Return that shit.
So now I got to go return it and wait till I find another one.
I won't lie. I've never had an issue with NECA. I've gotten lucky.
Well, then you're like the one person in the world.
I've gotten lucky. I know I've gotten lucky.
I mean, I was sitting there. I was bending all the joints. I was bending the knees. I was like, okay, cool. Her knees are moving freely. I don't have to heat her up. I went to lift the arm up, and then right at the bicep swivel, it just went. I didn't even have to.
It's your favorite thing right there, buddy.
Oh God, that face.
I don't. The Hush is cool, but I can't stand that drippy S shield. Yeah, I get the one with Atomic Skull.
So the gumminess of the weapons it's more about the gumminess of the blast effects, which to be honest, a blast effect having gummy issue is not really an issue because it's going to be like that anyway. You know, smoke it disperses in all kind of funky ways. So, but as far as the guns, I mean, this is Grunt's guns are so like, man, this especially this M16, it's terrible. But the steel core weapons are pretty solid. Pretty solid. I don't have any. What was that, Romo?
Oh, no, I heard the steel core weapons are dope. Yeah, they're solid.
No, yeah, they're dope, and they're not. I don't have any.
The sniper rifle can have a little bit of bend in the barrel. You know, that's the thing is that there's a trade-off in the cost and the price and the whatever, right? We're getting all these accessories with the Joes, which are awesome, and I am by no means complaining. But the trade-off is that they're giving us more, but they're spending less, you know, on material to make those weapons. They're not the solid plastic weapons like we were getting in the first several waves. Now they're that softer material, which I'm sure costs less. And then they sit there and say, well, if we go with this cheaper material, we can give them 3 guns instead of 1. And so there's
that's whack. I always swap out the weapons anyway. Just
not everybody has a line of credit with Gridiron, so
or is able to dig through their garbage.
You know what? Maybe maybe it's not time to announce anything, but Romo and I are in talks right now to have a panel at Joe Fest with Gridiron Studios. So let's see if we can make that happen right now.
That's cool. You could talk about spending $200 to get a polar bear.
Oh, I know. I'm like,
first question I'm asking Mark is, what's with the prices? Punk wants to know. Punk with Toys wants to. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, because he's always really crying about it.
Yeah, but man, this looks good. I'm pretty happy with the kit bashing here.
What are you kit bashing? The steel core with Grunt?
Yeah, because I got those $12 grunts. So why not? Because remember, they gave us extra helmets. So as long as you can use blue tack, I like this. And plus, I can use. They gave us a lot of guns with steel core
take on his gun.
That's the problem.
I know, right?
I got 5 of those $12 grunts. So I have a grunt, and then I did this
awesome.
his steel core helmet on the others. But then it's like, what do I do with all the extra grunt heads? And it's the same with the stalker. Like, you got these great stalkers. So now you can swap out the hands and the neck pegs on the grunts or whatever. But what do you do with all these stalker heads?
I know, and that's
don't use them.
I just keep one. Yeah, he looks. I mean, God, he looks so old in that one. You know, I swapped him out with a Marvel Legends Carl Mordo head.
I will say, I'm gonna go grab it real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, cool. So while he's gone, Bobby,
I started opening my stuff, Trav. I started opening my plunder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's go over one more little piece of news that we got. It's actually really badass. Cool. While we do, I don't collect these, but I would collect Mezco for this. It's the King Conan.
That is insane.
Yep, I ordered it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw your comment in the chat, Spec. You're like, I got this.
Yeah. Well, I had the Super 7 one on order, you know, the one from the movie with the throne of I'm gonna butcher the name. And then I was just like, I don't really need it. It's big. I don't have a place for it. It's 7-inch scale. And so I canceled it because I was like, I don't. But then they announced this, and no, it's not the Arnold Conan, which is my Conan. That's what I grew up with.
Right.
Like, this thing looks badass.
It's like Robert E. Howard.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, just the capes that he comes with, and the accessories, and the beard, and just like how fierce he looks, and the chainmail.
Awesome.
Like he's just, it's awesome.
This is when he sees the crown from the king of, what is it? Aquilonia, whatever. Aquilonia of the Hyborian age. Yeah. So yeah, this is sick. Look at that picture on the left, dude. That's amazing.
Pretty dope.
Hey, Travis, I will be right back.
Sure, I could take over for a little while.
All right, take over for me.
So you come back.
So real quick, I did a reverse kit bash since I had all this extra stuff, and I took Grunt head and hands, and I'm sure other people have done this, And I had a spare flint that I bought to try and make a custom with. So I took the beret and I just did threw that on the stalker body that was just hanging out. And I think it looks pretty awesome, actually.
That looks good.
That looks like freaking Metaxas, bro.
It's like Lieutenant Stone from the movie. Sergeant Stone, whatever. Brendan Fraser.
So I guess I just got to start doing stuff. Just got to start doing stuff with the grunt heads, like give them a goatee or a mustache or a beard. Or
there you go.
All right. So hold on. We'll circle back to Joe's in a sec. Let's just finish this one up real quick. So you pre-ordered this one, but you didn't get you didn't have the original Barbarian of the Conqueror, right?
No.
Spec.
Nope. I thought about getting what was the last one?
I love it. It's like, it's one of those things where, because they already had the Barbarian and it was like an upgrade from that, it couldn't be like figure of the year because it wasn't like a fresh, it wasn't like, it was a lot of reuse, but like in a great way, it gave like soft goods, and you could still make pretty much like 80% of the Barbarian with that Conqueror buck and everything. But for this is a whole new look. There's the bastard sword. Now we got the battle axe, like the bastard. But yeah, just the face sculpts are way different. He's got the older, more distinguished look as the king, obviously, instead of Barbarian. 2 soft goods. You got the lion head clasps on the left. You got the fur-lined collar on the right. This is this is a knockout. I'm digging.
Yeah, it just, as you said, it stands out. It just looks awesome. I mean, I debated about getting Barbarian. I was late on that one because I was late.
Me too. I don't have it.
Mezco, or Conqueror. Sorry, not Barbarian.
Oh, Conqueror.
All over that one.
So the Conqueror.
I'm glad I didn't sell it. I almost did because I was just like, oh, I need to trim down. It's one of my favorite figures. I'm glad I didn't. Glad I held on to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I texted you a long time ago. Like, I was looking at Mercari and I was like, is it worth $130 to get him? And then no.
Yeah.
But this one with the pre-order and with it being at the standard typical Mezco retail, like, do I want to pay that? No, but it's a pretty badass figure.
I think $100, considering, it shouldn't be any surprise by now, right? So Mezco's been pretty hot for a few years, and if you've been following what they're doing, what were they, $90 before? So to go up 10, and it gives you 2 soft goods capes, 3 head sculpts, a ton of accessories, deluxe packaging. I think it's pretty standard now. And this is crazy because we're coming from the Joe camp, and we're all complaining that everything's $25. But for Mezco, put your hand behind that so we could see it clear, because yeah, that's one of the best figures of the year right there, Tony.
Dude.
You liking it? Man, it's all about the articulation. Get some posing in there, man.
Oh, dude, she's dope, dude. Yeah, I'm just messing with all her
those Jada toys. Those are badass. I'm not doing it, but they're badass. Maybe if I find them on clearance at Ross.
Good luck. It never happens.
You never find. You don't.
I already
see
ordered.
I
got Ken on pre-order.
You don't see him on the shelf at Target ever.
Right.
Ever.
That's actually one of the Jada toys, the way they present, and now they're way different. I had a good conversation with Dreadnought Ryan today about Jada toys and classified. Jada Toys is a whole different than Hasbro, right? They're smaller company based out of California. But these look import, like a lot. Jada Toys, I thought, was a Japanese company. I was like, why? It has $25 if Storm Collectibles is $100.
Yeah, that dude,
I thought it was Japanese based. What was that?
No, June from Jada Toys. He's been all over it. He's a cool cat, dude.
Oh yeah. No, but that's the thing. They have June, who's very authentic and making it. Yeah. And to get that level of articulation, those face prints, the digital inkjet face prints they get, that, the quality of accessories that you're getting from characters that you generally just fight, and they're giving you so many things with it. It is the best bang for your buck for $25. Maybe besides Joe's, at least equal to Joe, if not better, especially the quality.
And they're mostly known for their die cast, right?
Die-cast cars and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, they're Fast and Furious line and all that stuff.
Everybody wants them to get Mortal Kombat because nobody can afford the Storm Collectibles figures because they're $100 for a Sub-Zero.
Jeez. The Tekken ones look pretty dope.
Yeah.
The
I can't
Tekken,
remember what I can't remember who does those though.
it's not Jada, and I think if you compare a Jada to those Tekken, the Tekkens are way more Ross. You
Oh,
wish
really?
like,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
they're not as good. I mean, at first look, they're cool. That the quality is so far not there. Like the deco quality in there is just not even close to Jada toys. You know.
I mean,
Bob, you had
Yeah.
something to say? Oh,
no, I was agreeing with
Oh,
you. I was
good.
just agreeing.
There you go,
Yeah,
oh,
Travis.
I thought,
There you go, Travis, right there. There's your kick.
yeah. See, look at that. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, because I'm waiting for my comic book shop to get because they'll get Jada in every now and then. I'm going to tell them if they get Chun Li in. To get that's how I got Fei Long and Ryu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the detail in these is insane.
Yeah, I've had
Tempting.
him.
I'm not
I've had
gonna
him
budge.
and Ryu around that little grill from Five Below.
Which one?
I got
No,
that.
Yeah,
The
that little-
little Five Below, they have these teeny tiny sets, and they did
yeah,
a
it's
grill,
a little grill with a hamburger, a steak, a kebabs, and
Yeah.
everything.
an extra
I've had-
propane tank. I got
Yeah,
that.
I've had Fei Long has the hot dog in his hand, and he's squirting the mustard on. It looks so real.
I got that one. They have a sushi, like the sushi conveyor belt
What?
sushi set. I grabbed one
Oh,
of
nice.
those. Yeah.
That's
I
a
figured
Five
I'd
Below
use it
toy?
doing something with the Ninja Turtles, but as usual, I get lazy about doing photography.
Yeah, same. I've got so many
Yeah,
projects. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I do none of it.
If I had the space and if the dioramas just magically appeared and I didn't have to like think about that,
You'd be all right.
I'd be all right.
Exactly. All right. Let's see. What's the
Look at
last
Travis in his
thing?
big ass man cave.
Look at that. He's just flexing. Look at that.
I realize. Hey, Moody, are you gonna show your final
Nice man cave there, bro.
note?
Final note. You want to get out of here, huh? You can get out of here, and I can hang out, bro.
Well, no,
For
but
sure.
I'm just saying for I was just
Well,
curious. Are we just like fuck? I mean, if we can fuck with toys, that's
I
That's what we're
I
doing,
think this
bro.
is the point of the show where, you know what? I looked and I was like, oh, damn, we just lost 10 viewers. And then they all came back. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm cool with I got the Dodgers game on mute and they're
Same here. Watching
they're
it too.
3 outs from going home. They're 3 outs for coming back to LA. They're done. I'm sitting here drinking beers with the boys, just opening toys. If you want to hang, if any of you need to go, get up early for work, tend to the wife. Cool, man. I'm here to hang out and open toys, take questions, send us questions. Let's talk about what do you guys think about this clearance stuff? How do you feeling about it? What do you think the future of the toys is with clearance? Like, give us some more stuff. We're just gonna open up toys and hang out, and then we'll do a little New York Comic Con preview for 5 or 10 minutes at the end. I mean, not New York, Walmart.
Clearance is always
Yeah.
going to be there, but don't wait. If you want something, don't wait.
What are the Marvel Legends for the Walmart? I just know the Joes.
Hmm?
What are the Marvel Legend exclusives for the Walmart con?
Oh my god.
We don't have them yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The only ones they're showing are those No Way Home. Those are already out as far as I'm concerned. So Melanie loves this comment. 10 to the life.
Tend to her.
So I got this, and I'm gonna let's see how. Okay. That's it. Boom, boom.
Oh.
Holiday figure already. It's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to get this. I have another one coming in. I got it for a buddy of mine because I love anything Mandalorian, but because it is a Hanukkah themed, I got it for one of my best friends who's Jewish. I'm gonna get what's up?
It's not Hanukkah themed.
It's blue and white. It's Hanukkah.
It's a
Blue
Christmas sweater.
It's you know what? You can still have Jewish ugly sweaters, okay? It's blue and white.
Ugly sweaters are a Christmas thing.
You know what? It's a hot. You know what was it?
Show me a dreidel or a menorah on the Christmas sweater, and I'll change my tune. Until
No,
then,
isn't Star Wars? Isn't it like Living Day or Giving Day or some? What was a holiday special?
Life Day.
Life Day. There we go. It's a Life Day. But
You guys are crazy.
I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna unbox it on the TikTok channel.
I got a question for you guys. You ever, especially with all these damn baggies that we're getting, like these Cobra baggies, you ever like you dump it all in there and then you're like, oh damn, I'm gonna have to call Pulse. They missed the knife and the clip, and then you realize it's at the bottom of the damn bag.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, I have like in the corner, in this like little corner where it flaps and you can and it almost looks like, see, the Cobra symbol looks like it's like it could be the blade there. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh man, one more out for the Dodgers and the season is over, guys. What the hell? Unbelievable. Pathetic. Unreal. I gave Grunt the scarf from Range Viper so I can have one different and one. It looks cool, right? I mean, that looks fine with the black weapons. So you guys are like, no, that's nerdy, bro. It's nerdy.
Nerdy. I'm gonna grab one more thing. I'll be right back.
So I wish Kyle was on because because boom.
Kyle, you said? Oh, Kyle from Super 7, yeah.
There we go. Oh man, I got this. Oh, here we go. Boom.
Extremely.
Go to the TikToks and I'll be unboxing this soon. I got this because I got this chap because from Derek.
Oh, really?
From our friend Derek. Yeah, actually. So he, when I edit his videos, he pays me in toys. And yeah, so it was so he's like, you know, I keep it under a certain price point, which I'm fine with, but this was on sale finally on sale for like 40.
I love that. Wait, hold on, I'm doing full screen. I love that, but I will not jump down. That's a whole rabbit hole, man.
So
Woo!
this was from the same wave where the my Surfing Mikey came from, and the Donatello they just released, or they just showed the Slam Dunk Don, and then there was the Space Cadet Raphael. So if you watched my episode with my interview with Kyle from Super 7, I did mess up because they're releasing, NECA is releasing a Samurai Michelangelo and a Space Cadet Donatello to go with. Yeah. And then how far we're gonna get? We're gonna see Retro Zartan and Storm Shadow at Ross. Maybe.
I'd be surprised, but who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Lady J and Baroness and Gung Ho.
I've already seen Lady J. Well, Retro. Yeah.
Retro.
I always saw Lady J, regular Lady J at Ollie's.
I still yet to open these, and this one's messed up, so I'm definitely opening it. And then this one is kind of messed up. Yeah,
actually,
I need to open these still.
I've got my Retro Storm Shadow in my comic book press right now. I'm pressing out the bins.
I want to show this guy real quick. I know he's clogging the pegs on a lot of targets right now, but a big shout out to Baldy Locks, to Zen. He pulled some sneaky magic and got around the register lock on these, and was an extremely generous friend and sent it my way.
I want that figure. I do. I know, because look, like I'm like you, Spec. Like I love Indiana Jones. Like I love Indy. I liked Dial of Destiny. I won't lie.
I loved it.
Night Zen. But I definitely. I have Senior on pre-order, and I want that. I want that indie that you have, just so I can do the whole like they're digging in the wrong place.
So I actually had the entire new wave on pre-order on Pulse, and I want to say 2 nights ago they sent me 6 emails. Your item will be shipping soon. So the whole new wave will be shipping from Pulse. I ended up canceling. I still have them on pre-order on Amazon, but I was just like, oh, I can't get hit in the credit card that hard right now.
Well, I was gonna cancel because I got the retro Luke coming in, with the open flap, and I was gonna cancel, but then I like went online and he was like sold out. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I got him because I was late into Black Series, so I didn't have him. I just got the 40th Vader with the removable helmet in the hand, and then I got the Obi-Wan Vader and the Captain Apo. I said I wasn't gonna get season 2 of Bad Batch, and then my buddy ran into him when he was visiting Dallas, and I was like, oh, fuck, okay, fine, I'll get him. And then,
I'm staying strong. I'm staying strong. Oh, that's the other thing I saw at Ollie's. They had a shit ton of wreckers from Bad Batch. They had a ton of them.
problem is you can't really do much with him as far as customs go. I mean, unless you just make big beefy. But yeah, so I got Hunter and Tech from my buddy when he was visiting Dallas. I don't have them yet, and then I saw that one of the Walmarts in Santa Clarita had Echo, and so K-Wish was kind enough to sit there and say, "I'm heading out that way. If you want me to pick them up for you, I will." So we did.
That's badass. Yeah, I don't have anyone here that I don't have any toy like friends here in town. I got like comic book friends, but no toy friends.
Yeah, think of how much
once
money
you get married, you have no more friends.
Shipping for you.
What's up, Spec?
I said, think of how much money you'd save if you didn't have to pay us shipping.
It's true, right?
All right, so here I'm answering her question. Look, here with one picture.
Jesus.
Look at that. That's the worst. This is, generally I've been pretty lucky with the whole, like, if you see all the tons of reviews, like all the people I mentioned earlier, they always talk about these gummy weapons. This is by far the worst I've gotten yet, as far as gummy, and this is this M16. This is the second time I'm opening 2 grunts. So this is just bad news right here all the way around. And then but with the steel core, sorry, that's not the steel core. This steel core, no, I'm not having any issues. The biggest issue is look at the shoulders. They're weird. You could take the shoulder pad off. But I'm gonna leave it because I think aesthetically it makes it classified instead of Steel Brigade. You know what I mean? But the shoulders look weird. Like
it makes them look huge, and it makes them look like he skipped leg day. It makes
and then these helmets sit so low that they're short. So we've seen it in some of the reviews, but I guess compared to Grunt, he's not so bad, but he's a lot shorter than a lot of the figures, the male figures. So that's the issue that's there, but it's a fun set. I like the color scheme. Some people are going to get thrown off by it, but that's how it was. And Joe, I love the Halo. As a Halo Xbox fan, I love the helmets. It's cool that this one was at least big enough to put on Grunt. So it's a cool little army build squad you can make. So I'm not pissed at it. I don't have many QC issues with the Steel Brigade. But did you find that there was a lot of QC issues with the Steel Brigade, the Steel Core?
I don't think that there were QC issues. I think it was just more design issues with me. But I had initially ordered 2 of the Steel Core sets, and I just returned one of them to Amazon. And that's one, like, it'll go on sale, so I'll pick up additional then. But I do have my one set now. I want to. You'd put the comment online, and we sort of glazed over. DWH had mentioned he wished somebody would do 6-inch World War II figures so we could add some Nazis to our indie figures, because of course nobody's going to make Nazi figures. But that that Monster Hunter line that's coming out is probably the closest thing you're going to get.
Yeah.
And it scales ridiculously well to G.I. Joe. So they'll be like, you know, a hair big for indie, but they'll probably like slip in there. I think that they would work.
The only issue is that, granted, you're gonna have indie like beating them or whatever, but someone's gonna be like, you have a friend come over. Is that a swastika on his arm? Like I had to paint it on there. It was not fun.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
I couldn't either. Could I maybe like a red band with like a white circle maybe, and then just leave it at that. Like that's as far as I can get.
Right. That's why it's like the Monster Hunter. They got the pantaloons. They've got the gray colors. It's like you get the idea of what they're going for.
You know they're bad people.
Yeah.
You know they're bad people. But yeah, it's one of those things where I do like how Marvel got around with it with like the Hydra. You know, Hydra is Nazis, but you get around with it. You get around the issues of, you know, having a horrible symbol on your figures. I get that.
Hey, look, Romo came back.
Finally, where you
Wait,
been?
he was gone?
Hey, there he is. He went to get more to
You don't
drink.
want to know what I was doing. You don't want to know. But
You were gone for about 3 minutes, so
What'd you
there
do?
you go.
He looks about 10 pounds lighter. Let's put it that
there
way.
you go. I was gonna go, but no, Spec called it. Wendy's, bro. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Oh my god.
Oh, that's cool. The blast effects work on the XMLR.
There you go.
It's a laser
Alright,
rifle, so you
okay.
wouldn't have it doing this one, but maybe this one, right? This would work. So it's kind of a laser. There you go.
Is DJ 5-Ash still in the chat? Is he still watching? I'll just give him a quick. This is what I was sipping on tonight. A little Willet rye. Some
Nice.
green top.
Oh yeah, so
Doing a
forgot
new,
to show this on the show.
Yeah, Malgus, and he's awesome until you try and flex his knees.
Uh-oh.
And then nothing.
Those freaking knees. That it just looks
Oh man,
terrible.
that's that's right. It looks like it's almost like Grievous, like the bone is sticking out or something.
Yeah, it's
Oh
just
my
lazy-
God.
lazy design. Just
Yeah, almost. When I first did that, trying to do a double knee, I felt like it was gonna snap in half. So I'll just leave it at that.
Which is
I just
Well,
think
the
it's
other-
an ugly design. I don't think that he's going to break or anything, but the knee just like for any kind of posing or dynamic, like it just looks crappy. But the head sculpt is amazing.
Which that's really disappointing to see because so with my that does look really badass.
It does. And the only other thing that stinks is like Darth Malik. There's a seam to pop his whole mask off, but with Malik or Malgus, you have to take his head off to get the mask off.
The lightsaber's dope. That's a
Lightsaber's dope. It's huge.
They're
They
dope.
said
Not one we.
the Balin Skull lightsaber will be really big like his.
Awesome.
To be honest, this is pretty orange. Remember the whole orange-red debate?
Yeah.
This one is pretty close to that orange that we got from Balin. So if we can get this color, maybe I'll just switch the blade anyway when we get Balin. So there's that problem is solved if you have this one, Malagus.
So, real quick, Travis, I'm gonna get to something KJ just said in a minute, but like, it's really disappointing because like this Scorch, like his knees, like I don't understand why you couldn't do this type of same knee bend. If you want to cover with a pad, that's fine. That's just stupid. But like, real quick, with something that KJ said, because he was showing pictures of it earlier, the Power Man torso apparently is like really bad. Like they didn't give him the ab crunch. It's just like a 1980s like.
Yeah, there's no
Swivel.
ab crunch, and you could see his.
Bad.
There's no yellow under his. You could see his skin color under.
Oh, like right here. There's
Really?
his skin.
That's
This
lazy.
is all
It's really
yellow.
bad. Yeah,
It's his skin, and then this is all yellow. There's no
Right.
like they didn't finish painting.
That's
Black.
that's,
So
that's
I canceled mine. I'll get the blade, but I'm not getting power. I don't need a 70s Power Man anyway. That killed it for me.
That's really like when KJ showed me that, I'm like, that's really disappointing.
I gotta switch spots so my kids can have their room back. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, bye.
But I did see can I help you? What? Come over here. Here, buddy. No, I saw that Wolverine 97 today in the Kingpin at my comic book shop, and it looked dope. Like the one I saw had no paint, had no QC issues.
Yeah.
The Wolverine?
Yeah, the Wolverine looked. I had it, but then it was a very big week for comic books. I'm like, all right, I gotta put this. Come on, buddy. Can you guys pick up your clothes and everything so that they're not thrown?
Hey, mute your. The show's gone off the rails.
Oh.
We got dogs. We got people talking to their kids. Anything can happen on a toy kind of movie.
People leaving to take shits.
Sometimes.
It's that kind of night.
Look at him. Look at him.
The show is going off the rails.
Hey, put the mute it. Mute your damn thing.
I got him.
He always forgets to mute. Oh wait,
That's all right. I got him. I muted him. It's good.
All right. Yeah. I forgot that we could do it. Hey, so there is I got 5-star questions.
Which Wolverine is that?
Look at that head skull, Big Daddy. Look at that.
Is that a custom?
Yeah, it's the brown costume with a custom head.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, that head looks amazing.
That's a custom head, baby, right there.
That is. I just can't. I can't buy custom heads just because I can't. In my head, buy. But no, that's dope as hell, dude. I love that. I think I know who you get that head sculpt from too. That's amazing.
Okay, I'll find out. And I also got the metal claws from Can of Beans.
Oh, you got metal claws? That's sick.
Turn off all those.
I like this. I like this. Hold on, Rachel hit the nail on the head right here. It turned into a plastic crack party. It really did. It really did.
Crack. Look.
He's like, Bobby playing with his dog.
Yeah. Hey, look. Would you not want to pet with this dog? Look at him. Look at him.
Show him. Hey, Lawrence, look, got another puppy.
Like
you got Roman.
Yeah, you can keep on me on this the whole time. I don't give a shit. Look at this. I don't give. Look, he's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. All right.
What's his name, Bobby?
This is Echo.
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 We
Yeah,
just need Fives and Jesse and Rex.
Oh, so this turned into a plastic crack party.
Plastic crack, baby.
This was another Ross find.
Who's that?
It's the Bumblebee Studio series, the B-127, the Cybertronian.
Gotcha.
And it's actually pretty dope.
Pretty dope.
Mode.
Looks like it reminds me of the cars from Tron.
And then he already got thrown in a bucket somewhere, but I also at Ross found the Nest Bee, the one that turns into the old school Willys Jeep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was like one of the first things I found during this whole current deluge
of Ross finds.
Yeah. Giant Man. I'm not a Marvel Legends guy. I want him, but I'm not going to get him.
I used to be.
I
cherry pick. I cherry pick Legends now.
I might back him, but he's not. I don't think he'll pass.
I'm gonna back it, and I think that eventually it will happen. But I'm a little nervous because I really want the stretch tier since it doesn't have figures and stuff. So
is it actually in trouble right now? I thought this was supposed to be a safe bet.
It was. So here's the thing. Right now, it's at 56.75% backed. It's 5,600 backers out of 10,000, with 11 days left. You know what? This isn't a rant, but this is like I've been seeing a lot in the Marvel Legends groups I'm in on Facebook, and a lot of people are complaining about it because they're just saying that, like, well, we didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for this. Well, we don't really ask for any of the HasLabs. We just get them, and if we like them, we like them. But I see this as a complete win because people are making fun of people. It's funny. People are making fun of the people who are bashing it because, well, just have my old, like, your old giant man, which is smaller than this, is worth about a little less than what this is going for. You're getting a much bigger, better designed figure.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like people are just complaining to complain.
Complain.
Marvel.
Clean them
It's
out, man.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, it's
That's
That's
all
all
it is.
happy. It makes you
And
happy. Get it.
if I had
Oh,
more
yeah.
space, if I wasn't dealing with an industry-wide strike, which I'm hopeful will wrap up this week. We'll see. I haven't heard much lately. Like, this is a no-brainer. And this is coming from a guy that doesn't collect this line.
Yeah.
This thing is awesome. And not only do I not really collect this line, this is a character that I would sit there and tell you I think is a dumb character. And the sculpting and the paintwork and the articulation and everything on a figure that's over 2 feet tall, like, this thing looks awesome. And I wish that I could back it, but I can't. So
That's fair. But yeah, it does look amazing. It's just,
and the fact that you've got all these guys that are just hating on it, to hate on it, to,
yeah, that's all it is.
like, you know, the Engines of Vengeance, I get that you didn't like the price compared to the Hiss tank that had just come out. I get that you didn't like the figures that I if I remember correctly, were not really part of the story. They were just sort of like,
Correct.
You guys want figures, here figures. I get
killer,
that it's not the version of Ghost Rider that you wanted. Like, I get those things, and I get why that didn't pass.
They didn't do that one right.
This, like, they didn't do anything wrong with this.
No, they didn't.
Oh, it doesn't
Only
come
thing
with
I
extra
wish you could always
figures.
go and nitpick that you want a yellow jacket, an updated yellow jacket with it. You want a 6-inch him just like that.
Well, Romo always
That's
wants
all
a
I gotta
6-inch.
say, but still, you know.
But I get wanting that. I really do. I think that if we were to get the 6-inch figures, I think then that we see an increase in price.
Yeah, you would.
But I think people also, they could have given us like the smaller, like maybe like a flying yellow jacket or a flying ant that, like, and you could put in his peg, like almost like a poly to hit, like, right, like a little plastic, you know. But let's see, Todd C, what are you saying here, buddy? People are saying he's $25 too expensive. And
$25, damn.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if $25 is what's breaking this for you, then you weren't going to get this in the first place.
Exactly.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
I think people are finding reasons to back out of it, and so going, no, this is $200 for look. We've talked about this before. I think we talked about this last week, or maybe I was talking to KJ about this, about something else. But like, the cost of Mezco is like what, $80 to $100?
Yeah, or 120, 150 sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. If you get a deluxe, like, this is worth 2 Mezcos, and it's like 4 times the size of Mezco. Like, it's just, that's dope. It's just something where I'm like, I think people are just complaining to complain. And to your point, Jarhead, like, yeah, I would have loved the classic Wasp. I would have loved, you know, but then what would happen? Well, that's not the classic Wasp I wanted. That's not the Janet Van Dyne I wanted. That's not the Hank Pym I wanted. It's like,
Yeah, they'll find something to cry about. Yeah,
you will find something to complain about, just to complain about it.
And that's the entitlement factor, right?
Yeah,
The toxic
follow
fan entitlement factor.
Exactly. That's where it's
Everybody's
like,
got their version that is their version, and that's okay.
yes.
but like just because they're not giving you your version at this moment in time, like it's not a reason to tank something or whine about something.
That's
or
dumb. We got to tell that. We got to say that to people. It's like,
Oh, and I mean that's like when we were talking about that one time where like if it's not your XYZ, then fine, go read your XYZ. If you don't like this cartoon, go watch your cartoon. If you like this, then get your action figure. But
I'm not getting it, but I hope it funds for people who want it. Damn.
yeah, exactly. Like
That's so hard to say. Is that so
like I
hard?
will back it. I will back it. But I don't have a lot of hope in it, and it sucks because this is a really, really well done. But like here's the thing, I didn't hate the Engines of Vengeance. I didn't hate it. It was a wrong Ghost Rider.
I actually funded it. I tried to fund it and it didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't
But
help.
like
it's Travis's fault it failed.
Travis, it's your fault because you funded it. You're supposed to buy 2 of them.
it's about 3 of them. But
You
no,
bought 5.
it's like
I say that the ramen racer looks dope, but
Yeah.
I didn't get that one either.
no, neither did I. No.
The ramen racer
I would
looks
just get
dope.
that to put with my Blade figure in college.
Ramen just announced that they're going to do a van, which I'm sure like all the Punisher fans and the
Yep.
18 fan. Yeah.
and then they're doing that whole modular sewer system, which
Yep.
I watched.
Top, middle, bottom.
Yeah, I skimmed through the video, and not just for the sewer, but like what it means for what they could potentially do with dioramas as a whole in the future. Like I'm very
Yeah.
excited
The
for
other
that.
thing.
Yeah. Javi, you finally opening up your awesome Deadpool Bob.
I know. It's about,
slew of
dude, I have
stuff.
so many toys,
Dude,
man.
I love.
That's so many toys, man.
Well, okay, so it's funny. I was talking about how much I love this figure, and Spec was like, "Come from the guy who hates 2-packs." I'm like, "Yes, yes,
That's right. That's right.
I hate 2-packs. I hate 3-packs. I hate them." But but here's the thing.
You
This
hate
was-
Tupac, you're a Biggie guy. You don't like Tupac, you like Biggie.
That is true too.
That's true.
But
That's true.
that's true.
Is it?
Oh, and I'm
wow.
a West Coast guy.
But no, like I want to get that X-Men 3-pack, but I might have to pass on it if I want to back.
I seen that at GameStop today. The 3-pack.
Oh, did
They
you?
wanted like $74 for it. I'm like, you out of your damn mind.
Which
I
one?
get
Which
Amazon.
3-pack?
The one with Forge, Jubilee,
Oh
and,
yeah, for in Psylocke.
Psylocke or Storm?
Psylocke.
Storm.
Storm. No, Psylocke is with Gambit and Banshee.
You're right.
Oh, okay.
Storm, Forge, and Jubilee. They looked great, but I'm like,
Yeah.
That's a. I thought I had my definitive Deadpool, but that's a dope one.
Yeah, like I love this. Like and
What's the one
yeah,
that's on sale? Is it on sale on Amazon or is it on sale on Walmart? It's the Deadpool and Hit Monkey set.
I don't know.
Amazon.
Oh, that's the old one, right?
Yeah.
That's not on Prime. Is it Prime deal still going? Prime Day still going?
Yeah. Oh, does it go through tomorrow or does it end at
No,
midnight?
I don't. That's what I was trying to ask.
It ends at midnight.
And
Okay.
ends at midnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah, no,
days-
this Deadpool is absolutely fantastic. I messaged Dan. I was like, that's brilliant how you did like the Ninja Turtle how was it Easter egg, and he's like, thank you. Yeah. Because if you look at the weapons are coded color coded to the turtles. And yeah, I think Todd's right here. I think people want to be part of the conversation, but I think that I think sometimes that gets a little too dicey for some people.
What?
So the group talk, like the group think, the people want like, all the family to be part of. Like they want to be.
Oh yeah.
It's just like yeah,
It's when is it groupthink and when is it mob mentality?
that's a good question.
The group thing.
And it's true. It's true. And like, oh wait, no. Like,
Uh,
who's this man?
If they ever
Ooh.
restock that set, I may have to get it. Damn it. You
Look
guys,
at that face sculpt, dog. That's sick.
Amazing.
He don't even collect legends, y'all.
when he ends up at Ross, I'll grab him.
Oh, sick.
That's just
Love
going to
that
be the running
photo.
joke from now on, right? When it ends up at Ross.
When he ends up at Ross, I'll get it.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you're not wrong though. I mean, let's be real here. How's that bend? I mean, Or like Ollie's. I mean, Ollie just gets so much goddamn stuff.
Well, I don't have an Ollie's, damn it.
I don't have an Ollie's either.
Third parties.
You got to see that. Oh. There they go.
That is
There
true.
they go.
Yeah, Todd. I mean, yes and no.
Nice
Like,
work.
I'm not typically a third party person. I for some whatever reason I like sticking with OEM. But I didn't back the Nekasur because I thought it was way overpriced.
It was.
And
Sorry.
I think that what Ramen is trying to do, so far all he's had to show us are lower grade material, gray plastic prototypes. So I'm very curious to see when we see renders with color, or if he's able to get them painted in time, and like what they'll look like.
Jesus
with
Christ.
audio quality.
Okay, no, we're done with this.
Third
Don't
party
have that.
Transformer stuff like DNA, like they all make some really cool kits, and I've eyeballed them for some of the Titans, the upgrade kits, but I haven't pulled the trigger on anything yet.
No.
So we'll see what third party does and how big of a impact it has. I don't think it'll have a huge impact.
Boss was the bomb.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. Wow. You can find some, I mean, even before this, you could sometimes find really cool stuff at Ross.
Yeah, even before
And
you
Marshall.
just gotta go look.
Yeah.
And I would never do that. Just go look. You know what I mean?
I think it was KJ mentioned earlier, at Christmas time, Burlington's and Marshall's has a huge toy selection.
Marshall,
That was
yeah.
the greatest, but you can. So I'm actually very interested to see what's going to happen this year with Marshalls and Ross and TJ Maxx when it comes to Christmas time and what figures they have out there for clearance. That'll be very interesting. Like, do we get more of what we're seeing now, or do we get like a whole new clearance line, which will be an interesting question.
Well, I remember there was a couple years ago, I think it was Marshalls or TJ Maxx, they were getting all the Star Wars, so they were getting all those Force Link figures, and they were getting the big, I don't remember the names, but they were from Rogue One. They were like the AT-ATs, but they were like ATTEs or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I remember
You get it
that.
from Amazon, Travis?
Oh, this is from Pulse. This is an exclusive from PulseCon.
Was it PulseCon or was it San Diego?
San Diego Comic-Con, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I just put the Wolvie in there for a little Capcom.
That's dope.
Dude, there's so many freaking weapons here. My God.
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
Look at that. I don't even have it all open yet. All right, here we go. Like, here's all the freaking dude. The price was good on this too. It was like, what was
What's
it?
dude's
45?
name? The Hydra soldier? The Hydra
Yeah.
dude? What's his name?
Travis.
Bob.
Bob.
Trav,
What a
open up Bob's briefcase.
But first, out of respect, I have to open up Bob. Okay. Is Bob. Can't get enough.
Bob Olson?
Bob's a classic comic.
Yeah, I love Bob.
And then
There's a plastic Bob.
how do I open this thing? All right.
You gotta be smarter than the
You have to open it like a real briefcase, huh?
Yes.
You have to open it like a
Oh my goodness.
money.
It's
The
Ross
one to what?
discount. It's a Ollie's and Ross discount.
You got a banana in there. You ever have a banana in your tailpipe?
This is potassium.
You got the
Freaking
Wanda
awesome.
Watum just in there chilling.
Yeah,
And look-
this was a very underrated, brilliant Comic-Con exclusive, I guess.
Yes, it was. And yeah, remember that Black Series TIE Fighter at Burlington's for like $40, and I should have bought it, and I didn't.
Yeah, I took the kids to whatever it's called, like Robo Toy Fest. They have it once or twice a year in Pasadena, and some dude had like 3 of them sitting on the floor of his booth. And I told the kids, I was like, get down so we could take a picture and see. Like, they're massive.
Yeah.
They're just massive.
Yeah.
Even if I could get one today for $10, I'd probably have to pass because it's just like, where the fuck would I put this thing?
Yeah, they're huge. They are ginormous. Yeah. Actually, that's how I got my my extending lightsaber. The one that you hit it and it pops up. They got it at Burlington for like $10, and my wife was once again actually like, "What are you gonna do with that?" I'm like, "Obviously, I'm gonna play with it, but I can't do anything because I when I eject it, when I like light it up, it's make my dogs go fucking berserk. Like, what the shit is that?" Fine, I won't play with it, but it's so much fun. So much fun. It's packed away right now. I have so much stuff.
I'm at the point, I didn't get the turtle sewer layer. The vans, which I did pre-order 2 years ago or however long it was, are supposed to start shipping any day now.
Yeah.
And as cool as I think it is, and as much as I want it, I think I'm resigned myself to the fact that I'm going to sell it because I don't have the space for it, and the HISS tank will be coming, and that
Eventually.
that line takes priority over anything. And so,
Yeah. No, I get it. I just gotta figure out where I'm gonna put my HISS tank. Actually, I'm making room downstairs in another room at my grandmother's for what I hope will be my my research area for my hopefully new job. So where all my comic books are at. So I'll probably put the HISS down there. But that's gonna be ginormous. I'm like, when that gets here.
well, when I finished making the Fortnite, when I made the Python boat, it's just like, where the hell am I going to put this?
Okay, I won't lie. I've gone to Ollie so many damn times. Never once
I'm listening.
have I ever found that damn boat. Romo, you're muted. You're muted, buddy.
The Fortnite boat, I see it still at Walmart, but not now, but I used to.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
crazy. That
Who hooked you up, Spec?
Thank you, sir. So I actually have this sitting right under the TV, and then I've got, well, it's hard to see. I've got Vipera.
Did you do that, David?
What's up?
Did you customize that paint job?
Yeah.
Badass, bro.
Thank you. So I have her sitting point.
That's so great.
Proper.
Wow, that's amazing. Yes.
Oh, we dropped there. I knew it.
And it broke on air.
Oh
Hey,
no!
Bob, I got a question for you, Bobby.
Drop it.
Did you keep this? You keep this box, or are you throwing it away? I actually throw most of my marble box away, but I like this box.
I'll throw it away, but go ahead.
You kept it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this one because I think it's a really good. It's a Comic-Con exclusive. It's a good set.
I threw everything away that was inside of it.
Yeah.
I'll eventually put it on a shelf.
Show that boat to Gun Bunny, David. He'll like it.
But yeah, I mean, this is just it's cool. I'm gonna put Daredevil. I mean, not Daredevil. Deadpool and Bob in front of this. Yeah. I keep my G.I. Joe. Bob
Joe.
Just because, like I love.
Yeah, they're great.
Like, it's just
cards.
Yeah. But most everything else I throw away. Or I cut it up so I can do eventually make a cool project with it. But
Got homeboy for fodder. He was only $6. You got some too, David?
Yeah, I got a couple. Yep.
Yeah, I just needed his. You could do everything with his neck and his arms. I mean, they're
Yeah,
arms,
I have a.
What?
You know what? I'm gonna grab that real quick.
I also have the first issued. Well, not the first issue. What was the first all white Storm Shadow? The one with
So I got
have that
a Hammerhead for $10 from my comic store Black
Nice.
Friday deal yesterday.
You can't pass that up. No.
And then That's the selfie series head.
That actually looks like you.
Well, I had to customize
You actually
it.
got one.
I had to
How much was that thing
60.
for the head?
Yeah. Well, because I got it with the Stormtrooper buck and it was a crappy buck. It
Oh.
was like the old school Stormtrooper. But like, you know, it's a generic
Nice, Travis.
generic head. So I had to like file down the jaw area and then I obviously had to paint it. And then I had to take some paint off that they put on. But overall, so I got this body. I've had this one. And my buddy at a different Ross today found another hammerhead for $6. So I said, grab
There you
it.
go.
There you go.
Now that
Where
I
do you
have
find the hammerhead at?
he found it at Ross.
Oh, nice. Damn.
And so now that I have that extra set of twins,
For expensive enterprises.
So Rachel makes a point here because she says she has a HasLab Hiss, a RoboSkull Mark II, and the Dragonfly are coming in. Okay, so the Hiss is now being pushed back to Q4, right?
Really? Oh shit.
At the end of the year. Because okay, so before the end of the year, so Q4. And then correct me if I'm wrong on this, but didn't someone say that the Dragonfly they're looking for spring of next year?
I don't hold anybody to any dates because we don't know what possible issues may or may not happen.
True.
So supposedly sometime next year we'll see when.
I mean that's fine. I mean, his tank took us a year, so I mean I'm not worried or like I'm not one of those like I need it now type deals. But
Yeah, I want it.
I want it.
Then I have to deal with where I'm gonna put it, especially because I got 3 coming.
What are you gonna open up? Are you gonna use all 3 as for like photographs?
No, I got 1 for me. I got 1 because I wanted to keep a carded Cobra Commander and I wanted to open 1. And then I'll probably
1 for eBay.
and I'll probably part out the stuff from that and then 1 to try and sell as a complete.
What for Tony to buy from
Anything that offsets the cost and makes the one that I bought for me cost less.
Oh no, Phoebe.
I mean that's fair.
I consider that a win. And since it's a HasLab and anybody could have bought at any point in time for whatever and bought up to 5, I don't consider that scalping.
No, I'm about you're going to get that. My son was sick and I couldn't get it then.
Scalper, dude. Scalper, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I only bought 1 Dragonfly.
Yeah, I only got 1 of each.
I was tempted to get a second one to make a Tiger Force. Because I didn't have the original Dragonfly, but I had the Tiger Fly.
I convinced a buddy of mine who's opening up a store, which for those of you who are still on here, Big Daddy's Curiosities and Oddities. This is mainly going to be a comic book site on eBay. We're working on some logistics right now. But I convinced him to buy 2 Dragonflies to put on his site next year. Because they'll flip. Because you're gonna have people going, oh, I want Tiger Force. I didn't get it. I didn't. Well, guess what?
Yeah, I know KJ got 2, right? Because he's gonna do 1 as a Tiger Force.
Yes, if I remember correctly. But
I feel more comfortable modifying a $15 Ollie's boat and like taking that apart and potentially screwing it up than I do a $205.
100%. All right, gentlemen, I am going to bid you all adieu because it is 11:40 here, and I do have to get up somewhat early because of our dogs. But
that's dope, Travis.
That is awesome.
Now he just needs his mouth closed.
That is awesome. God damn! All right, I'll get Blade. I'll get Blade.
You're muted.
You're muted, Travis.
I know. I was trying to be considerate and not make noises. But yeah, this is not a clearance item.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, a good luck. If you find this on clearance, then congratulations, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, because yeah, this one's gonna be flying. Regardless, I mean, the biggest problem is because it's a jacket and it's plastic, you're not gonna get that much articulation. Like
No.
he can't put his hands in the shout out to MCU Collector. I watched his review last night, but you can't put his arms down by his side, which is ridiculous. But honestly, he's gonna always have a dynamic pose anyway. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
That's good. I got a mod for that already.
yeah, I can't wait for you to mess with this guy. But yeah, overall, I'm pleased as hell. It's,
Netflix Punisher arms, baby. Netflix Punisher.
That goes dope. Yeah, look, we'll let Bobby fly, and I'm gonna close this out with a Walmart CollectorCon preview, and we'll head out and bid everyone to do so. We'll say goodnight to Bobby, and we'll get right into our Walmart Comic-Con preview.
Peace out, everybody.
Night.
Later, Bob.
All right, guys. I guess this means I have to sit down.
Put those arms on that bad boy. I'll take those Havoc arms off.
Fly through this trap.
We're gonna fly through it. Fly, baby, fly.
That's dope, Tony. Thanks, and look, his mouth is closed.
Yep. Oh, actually, I missed it because I was grabbing a chair. What is that? Well, okay. Is that the other one?
Yeah. This is the trench is a trench coat from Star Wars Black Series General Hux. And the arms are from the Netflix Punisher, the John Bernthal one. So you put these on, you could probably get it down because my blade doesn't roll up his sleeve. So I mean, that's up to you.
Oh, I want to tell you, Tony, that now your audio is way low, and then I can hear David typing really loud for some reason.
How about now? How's my audio now?
Yeah, now you're good. Now you're good.
Yeah, my mic was a little far, so there it is. You can see.
All right, cool. Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah. So and then I stuck his blade's supposed to go. Back. And then that's just the older blades releases head. So yeah, dude, happy with him. I've had him for a while, but I'm gonna bash him up with that new one.
Very cool, very cool. All right, you know what? I still got stuff I want to open and didn't get to, so I'm gonna just shoot some content this weekend. I felt like a couple things I had were worth a video, so I'm gonna save it for that. I don't know why the screen is flickering. Anyway, all right, here we go. Walmart CollectorCon is this weekend, as well as New York Comic Con. As far as New York Comic Con preview, the only thing we know is that we talked about it. Giant Man is going to be at the Marvel Legends booth. So if you're going to New York Comic Con this weekend, go say hi to Dwight, Ryan, and Dan, and go take pictures with the Giant Man. Hopefully it funds. Hopefully it has more of a buzz at this convention than it did than the Engines of Avengers did last year at New York Comic Con. But we'll have a ton of content. I think Wednesday we're gonna kind of like talk about any upgrades we saw, whatever they showed at New York Comic Con, if anything. Walmart CollectorCon will have a little fallout of that. So first off is this was a new set, the Maya Via Legacy. I think very few people saw this show. Anybody in the chat watch Young Rock, and anybody in this show right now at a Toy Kind of Mood, did you watch this at all?
I watched the first season.
Some of it.
Yeah, it was decent, but I just, even as a wrestling fan, I didn't hate it. I just kind of fell off. There's just so much other better stuff to watch.
I just kind of I got tired of The Rock fluffing himself. You know, like it was a fun show. I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I was just like the premise and the old Rock running for president and like, you know, the backstory being, I was just like, I have nothing against The Rock. He's charismatic. I like him. Everyone I know that's worked with him says that he's a good guy. But at the same time, like his reputation crumbled a little bit, and I think he just got a little too big for his own britches. And I just don't need to see a show where he's basically like on camera talking about himself while seeing depictions of him. Yeah, like it's too much too soon.
Right. Yeah. So we were talking about Ross and all that. Now, this is a Walmart CollectorCon exclusive, but a lot of people are just going to want this for The Rock. Let's face it. Like, his dad was great, Rocky Johnson on the right, and then High Chief Peter Maivia, obviously all legends, but mostly, you know, this is about The Rock. And I think Khakis Rock, as they like to call it at Mattel, or Casual rock. That's what. Shout out to Steve Ozer, global brand manager at Mattel. He likes to call them casual rock. This is, you know, an iconic look, and I think even at a Stone Cold Steve Austin 316 pager. So I don't think that is included in here, but that would be super, super dope. But
Rocky
yeah,
Johnson
so anyway,
looks
that's
dope,
coming
man.
up. What was that?
Is that his
Rocky
grandfather?
Johnson looks dope.
Yeah, his grandfather's on the left, and
Okay.
then his
Grandfather.
That's his dad.
is
Yeah.
on-
It's a cool,
on
it's
the
a
right.
fun set. It's a cool looking set. I think it's neat.
It's Rocky
Yeah,
Johnson's
it's a very
father-in-law.
neat set. It's a great. What was that, Tony?
No, that's Rocky Johnson's father-in-law, the Peter Maivia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And so the thing is, it's a great exclusive, right? Because you're not putting anything too much like behind a paywall or anything like that, you know.
Oh, that's
So
cool. That's worth it.
you're not putting like an essential rock. I mean, this might be an essential rock to diehard wrestling fans, but overall, I think it's a great set. But I don't think I would pay full price because I only really want the rock, to be honest. There's a set of WrestleMania 40th anniversary elite figures. The basic line got canceled, but there's another. Now, this rock we haven't seen on the left. This is the modern rock, and this is the one where he has that full shoulder tattoo and the goatee. So that's going to be a look we're going to be seeing. And then Pat McAfee on the right. Most of you guys have probably seen him on ESPN doing his college football thing, but he still messes with WWE. He was on Fastlane last weekend, and so it's cool to get him as an elite. But these are some of the Walmart Comic-Con exclusive. There's also a John Cena and a Trish. Of course, it's a builder figure, and the builder figure is hilarious, guys, because see the little boy's head. I call it look Fabio as a 12-year-old. I said we gotta. I remember I should have put the meme here, the one with his the Rumble Society shirt. But you basically get a Fabio, 12-year-old Fabio Fabster, build a Fabio, BAF, a BAF, a build a Fabster figure. No, I just wanted to give him hell. Maybe he'll show up. Anyway, moving on.
That's a modern rock, but it's before he got the Brahma Bull tattoo covered up with that figure.
With the Brahma skull. Yeah.
Which is
I think so. It's not completely it's not completely modern, but it's from the WrestleMania he fought Cena, except they got the tights wrong. Those were not the tights he wore, but I guess that's just what they went through with for cost or whatever. So it's interesting that it's a WrestleMania set and then they use like Survivor Series tights, but that's for hardcores, of course. But all right, so we joked about this on last week's episode about these hologram figures, but we're getting and of course we talked about Ollie's a lot, and shout out to Chaz who was watching the show with us. But this is it for Walmart for the holograms. I think the holograms are spread out from all the retailers, and we're getting the Ahsoka. We talked about this to death last week, but you guys picking any of this up or what? No, probably not, right? This is it probably something you'd see at Ross and still not get it.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. It's just the bounty pucks light these things up, but it's like, nah, I'm so far gone from Black Series. It's like, nope.
And then this was the other Black Series that Bobby showed us holiday figures, and then this is a set that Dave Speck is dying to get.
I'm sorry. I'm like this. Shit. No.
Pass. Next.
Okay, cool. All right, Yojo time. Shout out to Bees Battlegrounds. He reviewed this, so if you want to watch, look at that. Dave Speck just got sprinkly with fireworks. Yeah, he did the whole.
Come on,
that was bizarre,
dude.
I don't know. Like I keep finding all these little Easter eggs.
I want to do that, but I don't want to do it and it not happen. That looks stupid.
Funny Romo head rock.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
Have they ever made a version with a rock or a fanny pack? Well, that would have been the one, the casual rock, right? So
that would have been awesome when he's got like a turtleneck long sleeve.
And the chain
on the outside, the jeans.
Oh yeah, that one. But yeah, I mean, what are you guys thinking about Shadow Tracker? Are you excited? I mean, we didn't get to get it from Return of the Nerds Star Wars. We weren't lucky enough, but what do you think about this one?
I can't wait. I want him.
Right. Must have for me, bro. That's cool. I've never even had him when I was little. He did a good job.
He didn't exist when you were little.
It didn't.
was,
Yeah.
He was Rise of Cobra, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's interesting, Tony, because knowing you, you're mostly into the OG, what you had as a kid. But why was Shadow Tracker, who was in the Pursuit of Cobra line? Why are you all about this one?
Oh man, he's just he's different. His backstory is sweet. It's like right up my alley, and the way Classified made him look, and I could see the reused parts, and I'm not mad at it at all. He's just a badass, dope looking character with a sweet backstory, man. That's why I need that guy. He looks dope.
And I wanted to be sure, we've seen pictures of this before, but I wanted to make sure that we got shooting the galaxies images because they're so great. We saw great imagery with Mezco's photography earlier, but this is on par with that. But yeah, just tremendous looks, and the fact. Do you think people are going to grab two because of the two masks, or you think they're going to stick with one and mess around with it? You think this is a builder or what?
Not a builder, no.
Okay. And then this guy, Jarhead's right. He's going to grab the Shadow Tracker and then get it canceled. Yeah, probably. But will Pulse have it at the same time? Limited quantities, probably. Yeah, limited. Maybe. So that's a good guess. All right, moving on from that. You guys saw my review, right? Toy Kind of Mood.
Yes.
I reviewed Parth Vama. It's probably the only figure I'll ever get reviewed because now that other guy that ships stuff to me early takes too long. So it's yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I wanted to show these pictures from Shooting the Galaxy because look at that infrared look on that. The night vision that we see. That's really cool that they gave us the look of the diorama and then gave us the green infrared look. Really cool.
Yeah, that what's his name? Matt Cohen. Shooting the Galaxy. He does a really awesome job. Gets a lot of
and because I was like in my review, I was like, man, that rope is a piece of crap, and look what he does with the rope. It just when you do this for a living, you can do something with anything, right? It's like, give me a little duct tape, I can fix it. So it's like, yeah, he's making that rope look like a great accessory because to me it was like piece of thread. I didn't know what to do with it. Didn't hook on anything, but he's making wonders with it. And then to close, we have Tunnel Rat. We talked about this last episode, but now we have really nice looking visuals. There are more changes to it than I thought, but it's still, guys, to me, I'm all in. I'm gonna buy them all no matter what. I'm gonna buy the 60th. I'm gonna buy the retro. I'm gonna buy the next movie, the comic when they start. I'm all in. But to me, this was a very underwhelming release. How are you guys feeling about Night Force, Tunnel Rat, especially this soon?
Go ahead, David.
I'm all in.
No, but I mean, how do you really feel about it? We're all in, right? I mean, mostly. I think Anthony, you're like 90% in, but like, but I mean, just after getting this other Tunnel Rat, I mean, is this that exciting of a release for you, or?
I mean, does it blow my skirt up as much as like the other two being, well, one in a new original character, and then the other one being to Minnie a new character, even though he sort of has been around. Like, I didn't buy Rise of Cobra, but I remember seeing him on the pegs going like, oh, he looks dope. No, but like, it's hard to bash a stealth character, like I like the little, the red scope and the red infrared flashlights, and they did some nice little touches. And then when you had your comparison photo between the one we just got and the one coming out, looks like he got a little time in the sun. We don't have the camo on him. Yeah, it pops. I think it pops. The black shirt versus the green shirt. Like, I think that there's enough of a difference in it. And I'll bet you a lot of people, Romo, are going to buy this one and they're going to swap the legs so that
he has get the accuracy.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that OG, the first Tunnel Rat's legs on the black shirt so I could have the OG looking Tiger Force one. Yes, sir.
But
so I'm with Rachel on this. It's like, yeah, do I like it? Is he cool? Yeah, sure, but it's not going to solve the problems. The main problem with it was the the secondaries and how loose they were. It's exactly the same figure. Some of the Night Force and Tiger Force, they made subtle changes. This made a subtle change on the paint, but not with the accessories. So to me, he's gonna still have all that flimsy stuff going on with him. And
But now that you
Yeah.
have two, if you display both, maybe, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna take the Night Force. Maybe I take the scarf off and I don't put the bandolier on him, and then
yeah,
you're not
that's true.
dealing with as much as the.
I'll probably fix them again, like I fixed. It's a great picture. I fixed the other one. I took some rounds out of his bandolier and made it fit snug and glued it back together. And then I glued the damn loose neckerchief down so it's out of the way. I know some people don't want to do that and mess with their figures like that, but a guy like me, I'll do it to where it looks way better, and it's just for his movement and his posing, and you just find a way to make it work, and a little bit of modding. But that's me. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't want to mess with their original figure they get, but for me, yeah, I'll fix them up the way I like them, and yeah, it really helped gluing his neckerchief down and cutting his bandolier to fit. I didn't do anything with his shoulder holster. It fit in fine, and then his satchel charge fit better, and it seemed to like lay better without having the other things underneath it move so much. But that's all I'm gonna do. Yeah, I mean, I like the black shirt. That's total Night Force. And damn, the do rag being camouflaged, that's just a sweet touch.
That's a change I didn't notice, because we got those first blurry ones. The
Yes,
first
sir.
images we had last week were blurry. Now we have some
Mm-hmm.
nice clean shots on the Walmart website, and like obviously we see a silver GoPro there. There's a green, the OD green, the harness, and then obviously the camo. Obviously we don't have his face. Now it's not tattoos, it's face paint, right? Because we don't have that Tiger Force like face paint that he had on the original figure. We're getting like a clean look. He doesn't need the paint. He's in the night, right? He doesn't need it. It's
Right,
different.
right.
So he's
And
hiding in a different way. But I mean, I said this on the last show, so I apologize if you're watching and kind of hearing the same point. But I wish that they classified Tunnel Rat up from the get-go and then gave him the original weapons here, because then it would have given them an opportunity to make a retro carded Tunnel Rat. They could have gotten even more use, because they could have took the Night Force Tunnel Rat and did this paint swap and gave him the original weapons. We essentially could have got this figure as a retro card if they gave him some more stealthier weapons. And now again, everyone says, "Oh, this is how it was." Sure, but they've made some subtle changes to the mainline classified. But we're seeing it with almost everybody. Subtle, not even subtle changes, but changes. I wish they did it with here, and it would have given a better opportunity. But overall, he's got the patch too on the arm that we have with Big Ben. It's weird that we didn't get one with Shooter, right? So, and where Parth Vama actually has that patch too, I believe. I believe so in the review. But the weapons look the same. Obviously, some paint on the satchel and the backpack. The weapon looks unchanged. That just looks like a flip over. So it looks like the same paint on the rifle, on the knife. And yeah, you notice that the flashlights have the red instead of the green, David pointed out. And then
Yeah,
the
and the scope.
revolver is different. Yeah, the scope
The scope has
is,
the
yeah,
red on it too.
the scope has the red on it. Yes, that's true. So there were,
And
yeah, we're starting to notice more changes with these new images, which I said on the last show, wait for the better images and we'll have another opinion. My opinion changes slightly. I'm not thrilled with it. I think it's a good figure. I just kind of wish the original release had a little bit more changes with the loadouts. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, it should be an interesting weekend. Are you guys copping all three?
which was the three?
Hard
Tunnel
bomb.
Rat.
yes,
Yeah,
I am.
yeah, I'm getting all three, bro. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I mean, that wraps it up. This weekend is New York Comic Con. This weekend is Walmart Collector Con. Before we go, Tony, final thoughts on what we talked about earlier. A final say as far as the whole, like the future of clearance with these toy brands and the impact it has. Do you have any final thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, just me, I don't count on clearance. Just Go over there and look, check it like you would check, hunting the regular aisles just to see what's out there, but don't wait for it. It might change, it might not. And the end all be all of it is you see something, try to get it as soon as you can. You see something, because more oftentimes than not, I'm like, oh, I'll get it later. Oh, I'll wait for clearance, and then you missed out. You just missed the mark. You done because you screwed up, and just get it. And I've learned from that, and I'm happy because I grab it. You can always return it if you don't like it, if you don't want it, money wise or whatever. But yeah, just always check the clearance with it affecting everything. I don't think so. You had said, Emily, they don't even worry about that, right? So
But that's classified. I mean, in toys in general.
Yeah. Other way up, well, I won't look for clearance for anything else. That's just me, though. Yeah, but for Legends, yeah, I'll look, and it's gonna happen every line. The retailers will, okay, I'm done with this. We have to move it out for a new product. We have a ton of this, put on clearance. So go check it. Just go check for your own.
Yeah,
your own
I
good.
mean, so Spec, are you shocked by how fast these things are going on sale? Like we saw then now forever set from WWE. We saw Grunt was a price error, but right away 11.99. We saw all those Marvel Legends that I reviewed in a ranking video. Those hit 50% at Target. We're seeing things hit these major sales and clearance points right away. Does that shock you at all?
The Marvel Legends stuff, the Avengers anniversary stuff, shocked me. But I'm also curious if maybe because of distribution, Target didn't get them later than they initially planned for, because this all happened around a big reset, right? So that stuff went on clearance, Joe stuff went on clearance, D&D stuff went on clearance, Power Ranger stuff went on, like, all the usual stuff that you'd see when the store does a major reset. That's what they did. But it was like, yeah, this stuff just came out less than 2 months ago. Like now it's 50% off. And apparently in some areas, that doesn't have high collector traffic or whatever, that had some of these sets left over, they're going for 70% off now. It's a surprise, but then it also begs the question of like, why? And did this stock come in later than they were assuming for it to come in, and then it just got wrapped up in part of the whole reset? Or yeah, I don't know. But it's one of those things where I think it's just a rare occurrence. Now, if it happens,
and then how about the future of like how what do you think the future is with this is becoming a really hot trend, to the fact that 3 brand managers were easy and they were easy to approach and accept that, yeah, this is happening. I'm seeing it on social media. Like they didn't blow it off completely.
Yeah, no, it's every company will react different. Every line will react different. Is G.I. Joe going to do anything different? No, I don't think so, because they've got a hot product that moves. Target may cut their orders, right? So maybe you won't see as much Python Patrol going forward, with the troop builders or whatever.
And that's a collaboration, because you said Target cutting the orders, but also that could be Mattel and Hasbro trimming the orders. Remember, we talked about that earlier in the show. Right. When I talked to marketing, is like, okay, well, if they're not working out for you, then let's trim the next wave and let's see what happens. We trim it, and then if we have to push more for the next one, they kind of have to just, everything's a test.
But if that's the case, then maybe not, because Hasbro, Emily and Lenny and those guys, they know that we want army builders. So they may stick to it and say, you have to order this amount if this is what you want. I don't know. But does any of this signal any sort of death knell or trouble? Or no? It's the market correcting itself and then overcorrecting itself and then correcting itself back again. So as we said, you may see some lines where the product is not as plentiful as it's been because of over ordering or overstocking or or production being ramped up because they couldn't get enough out the door fast enough in the beginning, and then it all got backlogged and now they can't do anything with it.
Because
So
of
it's
COVID.
So, I think that will correct itself, and it just becomes what we've been saying this whole time. If there's something that speaks to you that you really, really want, order it, pre-order it, buy it when you see it. Don't wait, because you don't know what their numbers are. You don't know how much they're going to order. So,
Yep. And I'm glad that Stanley brought this up because it's a great segue to end the show. Next week, we'll have a fallout of Walmart Collector Con, see if there were any shenanigans, any travesties, if you will. New York Comic Con, we'll see some new looks, some reactions there from some of our friends that go there. And then 1027 Assumptions, it's too early. We'll do it next week. We'll talk about maybe, what is that? Are they still doing that London MCM Comic Con thing? Remember that was last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Think about that.
I don't hear a thing about that either. Remember?
I remember it being lackluster.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well,
Afterwards.
that's where we got Shadow Tracker, right? And wasn't it? Well, it was at the Pack Rat. They said, what was the Pack Rat was the hell? What did the Pack Rat end up?
No,
You mean
the
I
mole
know
rat?
what you're talking about.
Mole Rat. There you go. Ended up
Mole
what
rat.
they called it. All right, here we go. MCM London Comic Con is Friday the 27th. So it is on 1027 through Sunday, October 29th. So it is happening this year. They're still doing, is Hasbro there? Let's see.
So when they gave us the
London.
figures, did they show us renders or were they just name drops? I remember name
They
drops.
showed us
Big Ben, Mole
they
Rat.
showed us Big Ben and Shadow Tracker, I think.
Sorry.
Yep. I don't see anything about Hasbro being there, guys. If anyone knows in the chat, I don't even know if Hasbro's there.
What's going on, Romo? You dying? Don't die on us, old
Yeah,
man.
Anyways, all right,
Hold
guys, we'll cover that stuff next week. Don't die, Romo. Dave Speck, thank you so much. Great episode, guys. This has been episode 140. And for Travis Moody, it's a toy kind of mood. We'll see you again in the 12.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us.
Good night.